This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, everybody. It is Friday night open comms time, and we got the usual cast. We got the full cast here tonight, plus a bunch of guests. So I'm Drayden. I'm here. We got Dirk, Ray, Drunk Canadian, and LB all on staff, and then we got Matterall. How's it going, man?
And, push talk, good.
Yeah, and then we got Jay McLean, who is currently at Porkbutt's house. So we got both of them. How's it going, guys? And then we have Epophany with us as well.
Hey guys.
Yeah. All right, we can get that kicked off.
Well, and then also we've got Roden who's here.
What's up, shit! Yeah, okay. I'm not looking at TeamSpeak. I got too many windows open. Yeah, we got Roden here. How's it going, man? You back?
Yeah.
And that's the only other guest. Sorry.
That's it.
I was just looking at the cameras. I didn't look at TeamSpeak.
But yeah, so we went a couple weeks without a woman. Yeah, which was kind of it actually would have worked out better this week with day without a woman. But
you are thirsty.
What you're saying? Par for the course, Dirk.
If you need me to leave, I can leave, Dirk. Is that what you're
trying
to say?
No. You know what? See, and this is kind of the thing, right? You weren't there for that one show, and it was like, okay,
maybe come back.
You kind of popped in for it, right? It's like you got to, if you want to have one of these protests, you can't have day without an immigrant or a day without a woman. It's like we can all live through a day, people.
Yeah, it's got to be a week.
Hell, I was looking at the Eve logins that day. Even the Eve logins didn't change. It was like female characters were logging in, ladies playing, all kinds of characters were logging in.
All the women that had that extra free time, yeah, they never play Eve, so they didn't show up.
But yeah, so what? Wait.
I just say wait. Women don't play Eve?
No, it's like 4%. I've been toying with writing. I shouldn't say toying. I've been very serious about writing an article.
I don't know why you don't. I think you should.
I think I'm
for like over a year.
No, but about 6 months.
So
and it's because it's because it's a super touchy subject, and I'm not maybe the best person to write it because obviously I don't have the actual insight on the other side. But I have talked to different women, different points of view, and we just it's very interesting that there are very few women that play, and they're all independent of one another. They all kind of reside in one group surrounded by guys. They don't really have they're like a nucleus to a cell. They're not
so they're not a collective mind.
There's not like 2 or 3 of them together.
Well, they have Hellcats Reloaded now, I'm pretty sure.
But that was
it was Hellcats, and then it was Hellcats Reloaded, and
that was formed up by Minxie, who now runs Signal Cartel. The first iteration of them were anyway, but I think that's a little bit special. That's more of like it's very deliberate.
I keep telling you to do it, but I also keep telling you do it from kind of I don't know the perspective that I would not be able to do it from. Do it from kind of your more I'll call it conservative or moderate thing and bring in some things. Feminine. Well, bring in some things that are I put you in touch with, and I'm gonna forget her name now, but I'm just gonna forget her name. She was part of that book, Internet Spaceships and Serious Business, where she's actually done studies on this kind of thing, and sort of bring that element into it, because that is an element that has never been really kind of touched upon. There's been kind of this anecdotal evidence type stuff, and talking with certain women that play the game, so take it to that next step.
Yeah, I did read her
Maybe we can
conclusions.
kickstart a book or something like that.
Maybe. And I did agree with her analysis. Actually, I was thinking the same thing she was, but of course she's much more intelligent and has a lot more research done on it. But I know she did like a focus group in FanFest and all that. So a lot of it kind of made sense. I was kind of thinking the same things, that the things that are rewarded in Eve are traits that are more kind of masculine. I'm butchering that whole concept, but I'll probably flesh that out. The other thing was, I am having Lady Scarlet on the Talking in Stations next week, not this week, but next week, probably along with Minxie. So it might be a really good time to write that article and then have them on the show.
Hey, if you think you can knock it out in 2 weeks or whatever.
Sure. Again, I'll get hate mail, but I'll do it.
You got a lot on your plate, man. You know what I mean? You keep taking more on your plate.
Oh, that's right. Today I signed up to do. Remember, if you guys remember some of the old school guys, Halada's Complete Guide to Mining. I threw my hat in the ring to do Matterall's Complete Guide to Mining. Trouble is,
it's like not minding your own business.
it's not really Matterall's Complete Guide to Mining, but it's like
I'm going to plagiarize.
Imperium News' Complete Guide to Mining,
right,
by Matterall and other people.
I said I would only do it if I get to stick my name on it.
Train Rourke will.
The Complete Guide to Mining in Delve.
But it was funny though. It was funny when we were looking.
Are you recording?
I got the video recording.
Okay. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, we've like stepped it up a notch since remembering to do it is hard.
Yeah, get with the times. You're like back at VHS days here.
Oh,
so much has changed since you've been away, Ray. This is what happens when you take your 2 weeks as a woman away.
I had a super stressful week at work last week, and so what I did was like Friday I got home and I just like opened up a bunch of alcohol and just got completely trashed, and then I was like, oh, I should join Open Comms, and I tried talking and I was like, yeah, I should just go to bed.
Oh, that was
disaster.
Last week?
That was last week. You guys remember? It was about the Japanese.
Well,
she did come in for like a minute. She came in.
2 weeks ago she came in for a little while.
No, 2 weeks ago. I think that was during the Minnesota. Yeah, I was supposed to go to the Minnesota meet, and I was so fucking mad that they didn't have it. So I was like, because I had told you guys I wasn't going to be there. And so everyone was like, oh, Rain's not going to be here, whatever, let's go. So I was actually here, and I was like, oh, I'll just take a break, I guess. I don't know. And then I joined, and I like yelled at Grath. I think I yelled at DC. I don't know. I just like sassed you all, and then left.
Oh, yeah, you did come out and spitting that hot fire. Was Grath coming tonight?
God damn, man, you're like the fucking Christmas present that gives itself away. You know what I mean?
Well, you did that the last time he was coming. I was gonna hold it back, and he was like, Grath might show up tonight. So this week I'm like, all right, but let's just announce it off the bat.
That was a completely different. That was a completely different time. That might as well be like 20 years ago at this point.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But so much has happened since then. I wasn't going to advertise it. I wasn't going to say anything. He's just stopping by to say hello, call me a potato head again or something, and I'll be like, say it to my face. But whatever. Anyways, we'll get to all that fun stuff later. I got my I voted sticker on because I voted. Please tell me that everybody who's at least a member of this show has voted.
I did as of 30 minutes ago, yes.
What are we voting for?
I didn't vote.
Is there an election that I should know about?
I have not yet voted.
Dirk, it's not November anymore.
I don't think the polls open in
Trump
Canada.
Already won.
For another week or so.
I don't know how to vote because
No take
boycotting Canada?
Yeah, well, they got to put tariffs on the vote.
For who to vote for yet.
That's in there.
Yeah, I voted. Definitely voted Suetonia.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I don't normally endorse people, and I don't even tell people if I vote, but this year I will say that I am going to vote, and probably number one on my list, or maybe two because Vince is my leader, will be Suetonia, and I'm shocked that he's not number one on a bunch of those lists.
Yeah, Rodin was on my list though. Definitely top half, I guess. Top 5. I don't know. You're definitely up there though.
I could say that.
Was he above or below Zenuria?
Zenuria was my number 2.
Number 2.
Wow.
Okay, I have 2 more alts to vote on. I can change it up.
I'm not trying to influence your vote in any way.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Zenuria's been fucking like on the hitting the pavement out there with me, Namar, man. Like legit.
Has it?
Yeah. I always run into him out there, like when I'm literally just flying around trying to raise awareness on CSM. Hey, it's Zenuria. Oh, hey, Rodan, what's going on? Fucking, oh, when you talk to people, let them know about voting for Zenuria too, will you? Like, oh, yeah, sure, dude. I'll
Well,
fucking do that.
That's fine, but he's lost both his constituencies, right? Because he's not on the goon ticket that I'm aware of, and his other constituency was the
yeah.
troll vote.
I'm not sure how that played out. I'm not keen on such politics.
I voted for. I put
Was he
Faulty 7 in my number
Was he
10
expecting
slot
to be on the ticket? I don't know.
because it's his birthday and you gotta vote for him on his birthday.
Wait, who?
Go Faulty.
Faulty, yeah. So if you're listening,
Oh.
Faulty, happy birthday! I voted for you.
Oh, cool.
But what are two Imperium guys here? This is what the Imperium fought for you guys, that you'd have the right to vote for, you know, Aerith and Anominate and the people that they tell you to vote for.
Wait, I haven't checked who I'm supposed to vote for. Who was that again?
Aerith, and
Aerith.
then Anominate, and then
And nominate?
Just
Anominate.
use-
Or
just
nominate.
use-
You just
Nom,
you
nom,
call
nom.
him. Hey,
I thought it was a nominee.
He
no,
knows-
you just call him Nom Nom.
Yeah.
Nomicon.
Nom Nom.
No.
But actually, all that makes sense. Like, Earth is super smart, and Nominate's like really chill. So they're
And
really
then-
nice.
and then
Together.
and then it actually goes into and then it goes into I think it's Sullen next, and then
You want me to read it out to you?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah, and then Jintan and the judge.
Aerith holds the number 1 slot. Anominate is number 2. Sullen Decimus is number 3. All those people are Imperium. And then Yin-Tan, or Jin-Tan, however you want to pronounce it. And then, shocker here, the judge in number 5.
Yeah.
And then Sutonia. And then
So,
some other people.
Jay McLean keeps trying to talk, but he doesn't push the talk button.
I'm just yelling at the screen. Though.
He's trying to yell at the screen.
Yell harder.
What do you want to say?
Yeah. Not loud enough.
Who's doing the worst right now in the CSM voting?
I don't
we
think
don't
we can
know.
track that right now.
The people who aren't voting.
We don't
I
know.
mean, it'd be nice if they actually gave like some information, right? Like throughout this process of, you know, who's
I
got
just want
so
to
many
vote for
votes and
the
whatnot.
shitty people that aren't getting votes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
me too.
So you
Yeah,
haven't,
wait.
you haven't voted yet? Because most people
voting
vote
right
at the
now.
beginning. All right, most people vote at the beginning and at the very end.
Roden, did you vote for yourself or did you vote for other people?
I literally voted for the high sec ticket and one incumbent, and that was it. And the rest
wait,
are
Roden's
new
here?
faces.
Like,
The rest are new
I can't-
faces.
Did you
can't
put
vote for
yourself as
Roden.
number 1?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I had to. I kind of. I really didn't want to, but I kind of had to.
You
I
gotta
guess.
believe in yourself, dude.
I guess I was like
If you don't believe in
man,
yourself, why should any of your constituents?
That's a good point.
Well, you know what? And it's, you know, it's one of the things I want to ask Roden, because you know, he has been out there kind of, you know, doing one of the things that got mentioned last week is like, you know, basically going door to door. I mean, he's out there like, you know, flying through systems and shit, going, you know, hey, I'm running for the CSM. I'm part of the high sec ticket. You know, how many miles are you putting on your little speed demon?
Since
ship?
I started, I basically cover 50 plus systems a night, like going through and just the major hubs and some of the starter systems. But I do it in, of course, like in an interceptor, so it's really fast. But at the same time, it's just like, oh, I've been through the system like fucking 4 times this week, man. Holy shit.
So are you like literally wearing one of those signs that people wear?
Might as
front
well
and back?
be, because every time I go through a system that I see like maybe 20 plus in local or more, I start posting my stuff, start talking in local, wait a few minutes, nothing happens, I move on.
So that, you know, the signs inside of stations and outside of stations is carrying political propaganda, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is. Pretty cool, man.
I think next year you're gonna see a ton of it.
Seeing Zenuria's fucking mug like everywhere. Like I don't know how much those things cost, but I see them everywhere.
I thought it was free. You just
Was
sent
it?
it to CCP.
I think you just have to submit, you know,
the
submit
things
it
for
in
the
whatever format
stations.
over.
That's cool.
Yeah, for the billboards, yeah.
I see the judge one.
Are
Yeah,
they
I think-
normally all
I think
free,
it
or is it
allow-
only is it free for the candidates, or is it normally free for anyone to put anything on there if they submit it?
I think it's free. No,
There
I
has
think
to be
it's.
some way to kind of.
No, I think
bid for it.
I think it's free for players to submit stuff. Now, I have no idea about. I really don't have any much idea about it at all. I'm pretty sure that it's free for anybody. It's not just a candidate thing for the CSM right now. You can do other things as well. And I'm looking at what Noisy was saying. And you can do it for other things. But now, how it works out in terms of like where it's like I think there's one outside of Jitta 4.4 or something. I mean, like, do you get or is it just kind of a cycle that they put everybody's through, and if they've got 100 of them, then it just takes longer for years to get back around again, and it's on all billboards? Yeah, I don't know.
How about that? Maybe it's because it appears that only incumbents are on there, and this is Noisy Gamer's point, that maybe they knew that it was possible, and the people who are challenging didn't.
Oh shit! The establishment had an advantage.
I sure as hell didn't know.
Well, I don't know if
about it.
it's
I thought
just
it was, honestly thought it was like, oh, they're like CSM people, right? They're like fucking hairline privilege and shit.
That's not anything they communicated to the would-be challenge.
I mean, they said that you could put anything on there. Like, you could put services, streamers can put stuff out there, you can put third-party websites or whatever out there. Like, it's
I mean, they've been
well
around.
known.
They've been around since before the election. I mean,
Sure, but I don't know how well known it is.
Although we know what Dinsdale will say, Vince Netterden will say that CCP is putting their thumb on the election by it only being incumbents that seem to have known about this.
Well, I was gonna say, I bet it's just that there's so many people that don't know you can do that for free, because look at how few alliances and corp advertisements are on those things. Whereas if everyone knew that it was free to do that, you just had to submit something, there would just be hundreds of ads for, like
E-players are lazy.
streamers, but also corps and alliance ads. So there's so few on there that I bet only, like they said, the incumbents are knowledgeable enough about it to submit something.
E-players are lazy. They are uncreative. They're not very good at making video type things or images or anything like that. So maybe these are the only 3 people in the game that know how to do that kind of stuff.
We should put something for this show on there. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing with our lives?
Right? Yeah, if it's free anyway, right? Might as well.
We want it to be word of mouth, man. We don't want to get into
advertisement on the billboards.
Yeah, man.
Well, it could be word of mouth. People would see it. Like, man, did you see that open comms thing? It looks like shit. Yeah, I know.
It's word of billboard. It's basically the same thing.
No, I should do. You guys should do an open comms thing. I should think about doing one for Imperium News.
I mean,
now does that stuff also go inside like captain's quarters type shit too? Or
I'm sure
I want
it
to
does on
advertise
the
a
screen.
fictitious Apophany clothing line. I think that would
Just
be
t-shirts.
Fun.
Yeah,
exactly.
T-shirts.
They come in small and extra small.
Fucking baby gap. Let's do this.
But I don't know if you'd really need it for the captain's quarters, because there's not that many people look at that. It's the ship hangars is the place to be.
Yeah, who hangs on their captain's quarters anymore?
I used to.
Well, yeah, but there's one inside the hangar too. It's like it's kind of.
Well, yeah, that's the one everyone sees.
Yeah.
Because you can't get away from that.
There's 2 in the hangar, FYI. The Imperium has one.
They put it on opposite walls so you can't look away.
Hey, Bobby, you look good in a t-shirt, buddy. I'm not joking or anything.
That's random.
That's cool.
But
I'm used to it by this point.
Yeah, okay.
2 alliance tournaments and an MR championship and an even T-day, and you get used to it.
Yeah.
Do you have a blankie across your lap, or what is that? What is that blue thing?
I do. It's a really nice fluffy blanket.
I thought we called them duvets now.
Nice. No, it's not
Duvet
a fucking duvet.
Duvet is different.
That's not down.
Last time you said a duvet's a blanket, and now a blanket's not a duvet. What?
No,
I
A comforter. It's like a comforter.
Yeah.
Fucking
I get
English.
duvet and.
Not English people. I mean, like English language.
That's like a throw blanket, not even a bedspread.
Yeah, it's not very thick. It's just like a nice little fluffy blanket because my flat gets fucking cold at night.
It's not a snuggie, is it?
What's flat code word for?
It's just like one. It's just like
Apartment.
one like kind of.
Imagine it was a
slightly
snuggie?
thin but fluffy blanket.
Everyone, if you have
I'd
a
make 'em
bathrobe,
wear
you
it.
have a snuggie. Just wear it backwards.
We should get like open comm snuggies. That would be like.
So good.
You can look like a Mar. Get the ones that come over your head.
All right.
Have an open
we
snuggie show.
We should do a shot. You know what?
Open
Here's a
snuggie.
shot to everybody go out and vote. Go out and vote. Good lord, there's still like Jesus. This is running from like the 6th to the 21st, so it's like 3 weeks of this, which is really kind of long. But you know what? Go out and vote, please. Come on, do it. Do it. You know you want to.
So a shot for fake space democracy.
Yeah.
I love shots because I can talk while you guys are drinking.
Man,
and
it's
this is like
gonna be rough. I did not eat lunch today, so
I didn't even.
Matter.
What's with that?
Get rough
What's with
later.
that
Fucking
scarf?
enough, bro.
I was actually kidding, but it's one of the advantages to not drinking much.
I like your scarf.
I'm just fucking with you guys.
Thanks. You know what? Somebody was saying, like, it's 80 degrees. Why are you wearing a scarf? And I said, because it's like somebody's hugging you all day long, and that's why I wear it.
Who hugs you around
Lonely?
the neck, though?
Psychopath.
Oh.
Raph Telkin.
He's from California.
Yeah.
What do you want? Everybody hugs everybody around the neck out there.
Yeah, it's like it's very European that way. But we have had.
Oh, I'm like reading this thing. It's like, did you know INN is on YouTube? Check out our content. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But it's a bot.
Right. So,
Shots?
is there a show around here? Like,
Here?
yeah. What's your
No.
first?
We're just hanging out talking.
Oh.
Yeah,
No,
we,
you have no
Metal,
topics.
This is not
our
the
topic is
Station's
freeform
friend.
tonight.
Right.
We had nothing.
Well, I mean, okay.
We got nothing.
There's not a whole hell of a lot of news. Let's be honest. Okay. We have got a I was going to call it an expansion, but it's not. It's one of those little software upgrade things that they throw out
Do
monthly
you
or
have a
whatever.
link?
I do. If you talk
Oh wait,
while I'm
I
doing
found
this.
it. No, I found it.
There's a
I got
ton
it.
of cool stuff in there. There's no like Jesus feature level shit, but like it's a great update.
Wait, which one are you talking about?
119.3, which is coming out on Tuesday. However, we talked about most of this stuff, especially the big ticket item type things we talked about when they came out with that a couple weeks ago, when they came out with that series of proposals, the Rorqual changes, the changes to fighters, shit like that, which was kind of the big stuff, right? And none of that. It doesn't look like any of that really changed. Bubbles.
Dude, the charges in SMAs. Oh my god, yes. Oh, just yes.
What?
Yes.
The what? The what?
So now, shit like Stront and Ozone. You know when you put an assembled ship in your SMA, if it's got any of that shit in it, it's like you can't do this because you can't have cargo inside your ship.
Right.
Now you can with like Ozone and Stront and that kind of stuff. That's so
Fuel
cool.
shit.
Oh,
That's nice.
Wait, I missed that whole thing. I'm sorry. What was that?
Okay, so back in the day, if you were and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ronnie. Back
But
in the
when
day,
he says back
if
in the
you
day, he means currently.
I mean currently.
The
well,
new Cormorant design's coming out too.
the new
no,
I saw that
actually-
on a.
Bloody
So pretty.
frickin'
Oh
dog.
my god, does
Yeah.
that mean the new skins are coming out?
Yeah, sorry, Dirk, but yeah, the new Cormorant model is. I saw it on the Cold RJ's, the Cold Corpse Coliseum thing he does. Man, he was showing that thing off. It looks really nice. But all right, sorry, go ahead, Dirk.
That's right. By back in the day, I mean back before Apotheny was like in high school, you could take an Iteron 5 filled with a bunch of shit and you could put it in your carrier and it would haul it, right? But then they got rid of that. The only stuff that you could carry in ships that were in a ship maintenance bay on board a ship was things like ammunition,
Liquid
scripts,
ozone.
charges.
Oh, right, yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if
Right.
liquid ozone worked. I think it did.
No,
No,
liquid
it
ozone did
didn't.
not. It did not.
Oh.
But apparently it is
Anything
now.
that was a charge. Anything that
Yeah,
goes
anything you could
into
load
something else
into a
to
module.
use,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can carry all that stuff. But,
But
no
I thought
liquid ozone.
it's been that way for years.
Which way?
Yeah.
Well,
it's been that
it was
way.
that way.
You
but
could do
with-
charges. You could do
Right, charges, right.
Yeah, yeah.
That
This
did
new
not-
patch, you can
that
put
did
anything.
not include. It did not
Not
include
anything.
anything past
Oh, just like
ammo,
straw.
scripts, that kind of thing. What he's saying is Stront, liquid ozone, heavy water.
Is it
Heavy
straight up
water.
just anything?
That was heavy water question mark.
I don't know
Well,
because I haven't
does
read
it
it.
Well, see, I'm
fall-
asking Apotheny because I know the rest of you guys don't fucking know because
Well, heavy
Hang
water
on,
is
let me
used
open
as a
the
fuel
patch
thing
notes.
for pasta.
Sorry, I don't fucking fly big ships, Dirk.
it's not about flying big. Well, I guess. a
Right.
I
little
mean,
bit.
heavy water you
Little
use to
bit.
make fuel.
Someday they'll
blocks.
have a
Is a
capital Tris-
carrier a big ship anymore?
We'll have a capital
Jesus,
Tristan for her.
everybody and their mother has a
Capital
carrier.
just-
Here we go.
Need a
The
nick.
list of items that are
here
allowed
comes your
inside the cargo
nullsec
holds of ships within
entitlement.
Ship maintenance arrays and ship maintenance bays are expanded to include boosters, liquid ozone, and strontium in addition to charges.
Oh, okay. It's not a huge. difference.
So no heavy water, which is interesting.
No heavy water, Dirk.
Well, it's only used
What's
for
heavy
Rorquals. It's only used for.
It's
Oh, okay.
It's like
heavy
water
water is
for
used in the
fuel.
game.
But it's a bit heavier.
Yeah, what real heavy water is in real world is water made from deuterium, which is
I thought heavy water was that stuff they had in Flint, Michigan.
Well, no, that's hard
No,
water.
that's a different.
That's
yeah,
hard
that's a
water.
different-
No, heavy water
Oh,
is it's because
contaminated water.
water's
No, it's not-
H2O, so
yeah,
it's one
heavy water,
or two
contaminated
hydrogen,
water.
one oxygen, but the hydrogen is just one proton and one electron. Deuterium is one proton with a neutron and an electron.
You
So it's
talking
basically.
chemistry?
I did take chemistry, but it's
But like,
so
Try
hydrogen.
to
It's
explore
hydrogen.
something, you
It's
guys.
hydrogen that weighs twice as much as normal hydrogen. So heavy water, they call it heavy water because it's made with 2 deuterium molecules. So it's essentially the weight of 4 hydrogen atoms instead of just 2 on the oxygen.
You can be
Drayden?
Draenei, the
Wow.
science guy.
Guys, Drayden is so smart.
Blown
I
away.
didn't know this.
Can you guys
whole
believe that
time-
Can you guys believe that America has schools like that in Idaho?
Man, that's
This
awesome.
whole time, Drayden would just be like behind on something, and like he couldn't get the words out because he was drinking too much, and now he's going all chemistry on us.
No, Dan
He's
is
probably whacked out.
Nope, Dan is wrong. He's
Do you
saying
know
it's
what
an
those
extra
call-
hydrogen
what-
H3O.
Do you know what
It's
we
not.
call those kind of schools in England?
Just
Science.
just schools.
Exactly.
Bravo.
Drayden was all in a STEM special class.
No, Drayden's really smart. We need to ask more science questions to Drayden.
We should. Oh my God! See now, Drayden's
I love
going,
science.
No,
No, I love science. I'm not gonna say I know
I know
everything.
what heavy water is. Don't put me out there.
No, I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know everything, but I do love science. I like chemistry. I like astronomy and all that shit. So, I mean, I do know some stuff. I don't know the math behind it. That's the thing. I know just generalities, like this is what happens and this is why this works. But when it's like, oh, break it down for me in the math, when it comes down to like calculus, it's like, fuck, calculus is over my head. I don't get it. Other smarter
Calculus is
scientists
awesome,
have
dude.
figured it out, and I trust that they're right, and I just repeat what I hear from them.
So, do you know like the recipe to meth?
Yes, he's from fucking Idaho.
That's what I figured, right?
They're born with that knowledge.
That's where zombies come from.
It's an organic, or it's a hydrocarbon chain, so it's like C something H something O
wait.
something.
Wait,
so
you
I
actually
don't,
know.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know the number.
You're a drug dealer. You make so much money.
Well, I
Drayden,
was, but I got in trouble for that, so I don't do that
If
anymore.
I take,
I never sold meth,
If I
but
take
I.
Sudafed, Coca-Cola, and Tito's and distill it down, will I be able to smoke that?
You can smoke
I wouldn't
anything. I
recommend
just
it.
don't know if it'll be good for you.
I got a plan, Drayden. I saw this series and it laid it out for you.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to watch that show. I didn't like it, but yeah, no. Like I don't know how many carbons, how many
Drake's like,
hydrogens,
"Ah,
how many
I know that
oxygens,
guy."
but that's basically what meth is. A
It wasn't
combination of
realistic
those.
enough for him. The math wasn't there for
Yeah,
him.
the science doesn't work.
All right, so for those people,
The science is bullshit.
There might be other things.
For
that
those
I'm not
people who
sure.
didn't listen to it a couple weeks ago, just quick going through, right? There's some balancing changes that are in this that are fairly significant in some of the things that are going on, right? Fighters have had their signature radius increased. Okay, so guess what? Your fighter is going to be easier to hit by people trying to hit your fucking fighters. I mean,
Well, what are the
like,
ramifications of that?
I think that they are the size of heavy drones now. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, damn it! I clicked on details here. Fuck it. I shouldn't have done it. Anyways,
I see why people are crying about that. You're supposed to keep your fighters next to your ship anyway.
you're supposed to
No,
keep your
you're
fighters
not.
next
That's
to
not
ship.
at all the point of them.
Have you ever
Well,
heard
no,
of the Battle
when-
of Midway?
No, when I flew a carrier,
Yes.
it was select a target, shoot it, and then keep your drones or your fighters orbiting around you at 1K, so you can immediately pull them. Like,
Who flies them that way?
Yeah.
people
Sounds
who
very
fly them in
beneficial.
PvP? I don't know.
The idea with that
she's
really
got her
No.
she's got her fighters right next to
I
her
did it, like,
carrier, and
once,
she's
so
out there
these people
like
could have been lying
gliding
to me.
around.
Yeah, no, you get distance and you send your fighters to go kill things so that you're out of their
Oh,
DPS,
so when you're ratting,
but you're
when you're
applying
ratting.
them.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about that extra big grid.
I have lots of kill marks on my carrier, Rain.
No, but the idea is that your carriers are more susceptible to rats too, right? So this might hurt NPE.
According
PvE?
to people who've been
No,
testing it, you can
PvE.
still
What's NPE?
rat without
New
losing
player
fighters,
experience.
but it takes a lot more effort now.
Sorry,
New
but-
player carriers.
Can you say again? I didn't hear you.
I said that some people I've spoken to have been testing it on Sissy say that it's still possible to rat and reliably not lose fighters to rats, but you've got to pay way more attention and try a lot harder.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought that was
It's-
already the
it's a nerf
problem.
to
though.
AFK carrier ratting.
Right.
I thought,
But
Um,
it's still the workaround where you just put like one fleet command module on your ship and then they never target your drones.
Well,
Why? Because you draw
because then
aggro?
there's also
For some reason, that draws the aggro and they just never switch.
They fixed. There's a fix for that too, though. There's so that your
Wait, they
your
fixed
fighters
that?
try go. Yeah.
Those
Well, they're adjusting the AI of rats and shit like that out there that are going to become more aggressive to drones. So
when are the asteroids
see how
going to
that
fight
works
back?
Yeah, right.
Asteroid lives matter.
Right when the last asteroid despawns and no Rorqual in the belt can click panic.
Yeah, right. No, that's what's so funny. I kind of feel like the Rorqual should have a bay for one asteroid that it can jettison and then grab onto.
No, it needs a harpoon that it can grab an asteroid and then fly around with it. So it's always got its little pet asteroid with it that it can lock onto. But anyways, okay. The Wyvern and Hell have had their fighter hangars increased by 10,000 M3. There you go. Bonus for you Wyvern and Hell drivers out there. Burst projectors have had a significant buff to effect duration. That was nice because I think that was like anywhere from between 50 to 100% in terms of the buff duration that was going on there.
Is that for that's for capitals, right? That's not.
Correct.
I keep thinking. Okay.
Burst projectors, so the projectors that would come off of say supercarriers. The focused warp disruption script will no longer scramble, so it won't shut down micro warp drives or micro jump drives. There's a new module that is actually coming out, a new script. I'm sorry. There's a new script that will be for scrambling only. It will have a shorter range than the focused point off of a heavy dictor. Yep, and that was the new thing, so I can skip that one. The mining laser field enhancement mining foreman burst. Wow, has had its base bonus increased by 33%.
Say that again 3 times.
What is that?
Go.
I think that's the links.
What is the thing they're changing?
The mining laser field enhancement mining foreman burst.
One more time.
The mining laser field enhancement mining foreman burst.
Faster!
Oh, it's clearly time for a shot.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We haven't reached maximum overdirk yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to say that again in like an hour.
Yeah, exactly. The base lock range of Covetor mining barges and all exhumers has been increased. The Covetor by 5 kilometers, Skiff and Mackinac by 5 kilometers, and the Hulk by 10 kilometers. So you will be able to shoot a little further, people, little minor guys.
Range. That's the lock range. It's not. I don't know why.
It's the lock range, but not the effect.
I mean, does that increase like how
Wouldn't
long,
it be the
how
laser
far away
range?
they can mine?
Yeah, I think that's
the mining laser range, like because those ships can
about
already lock
that.
farther than they can mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shitty bonus.
So I don't know like why that matters.
Yeah, even when we were fucking mining in Heising, man, that's like the one module you don't put on your fucking Orca, the fucking range one. It's ridiculous.
I use that one.
Well,
what? Why?
You have to read it in Matterall's complete mining guide.
This actually does come into play.
Nobody's reading that.
This actually does come into play because they are spreading out asteroids and some belts out there.
Oh
so.
yeah.
That's right.
Give a shot now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Erox is saying it's a dry show. I don't know if he means like our content is dry or we're just dry for not drinking.
Yeah. Nosy and I are in agreement on just about everything, and that is a good bonus.
Erox is up late. He's right now he's like definitely like way ahead of us, probably mumbling to himself in Scottish or something, and but yeah, we'll do a shot. You know what? Here's a shot to fucking Erox for being up this goddamn late.
That's right,
man.
God
bless you, bro.
Yep.
Let's see here. The Mining Drone 2 now requires the Mining Drone specialization to use and gains the yield and speed benefits from that skill, oddly enough. I mean, wouldn't you think it would, right? I mean, because like every other Tech 2 drone gets the mining, or gets the bonuses off of the specialization.
It didn't used to have its own skill, right? It was just Mining Director that gave you the module, which gave you the bonuses. So now it has its own skill.
Well, and you know what? I'm sorry here if I get this fucking wrong, but I'm not quite sure that there was was there a mining drone specialization skill?
No,
well, the skill tree was all bonkered up. That's why they changed it.
Because there was a mining drone too. I mean, that had already existed, right? But I don't know that there was a mining drone specialization.
I think it required mining drones 5, but there wasn't the extra skill.
But the big one here, excavator or mining drones have received a balance pass, which is words for nerf.
Get fucked.
Faster cycle time of 60 seconds. Okay, so that is a buff. Faster cycle time is a buff. Decreased yield per cycle of 110 M3.
So it kind of evens out.
No, it definitely comes down hard on the side of lower overall yield, but it is nice in this, for having the higher cycle, that when that rock runs out or whatever, it's not like you're having a much longer cycle to get it to finally
that's a
run
good
out.
point. That's a very good point.
So there is, there is that aspect of it, but it's still a 60-second freaking cycle time.
Yeah, but I remember when I first started mining, it was crazy long. When I first got into it, Jeremy, what's the other lasers? Not the little fucking pew pew lasers, but the actual like barge lasers.
Strip miners.
Those things.
The pow pow laser.
And that I remember there was like a huge difference because asteroids would destroy and you get like a little bit, and then when you went to the strip miners, the cycle time is longer, so it sucked, and you get like nothing from a full cycle.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you would, right?
So if there's like 10 left, you have to wait like 3 minutes to get that 10 when you could have been moved on to another asteroid.
And this is why when like you were out there with like a big group, you're like, all right, look, everybody fire at your own laser, because I swear to fucking God, if I got to go through a whole cycle and find out that you killed the rock before my cycle was over.
Well, what I would do
Why is that guy gangster? Why is it the gangster miner?
I would scan the asteroids, and I'd bring them all down to a certain point, and then
you're the worst kind of person.
Yeah, you are the worst kind of person because you're wasting.
No, hold on, I'm not finished.
Mental capacity.
No.
Take that scarf off.
I'm not finished. No, I earned this scarf, and that was from a lot of mining, and that was I would actually let the cycle.
A biplane.
I would let it cycle for half. half the normal amount, and then I would stop it, and it would usually kill off the rock without going through the whole cycle.
And that was the trick, right? Knowledgeable people knew. You know what? There's not much left in this.
Yeah, I'll take it off halfway.
I used to, when I first was trying to dabble in mining,
I lasers. It didn't live.
I did that.
Go ahead, bro. You hit it.
I did that because it's like, because I can get through, a third of a cycle. I know like about a third or a half a cycle will kill the rest of this rock, and then eventually I just got to the point where it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll take a Hulk. I got 3 lasers. I'm going to put it on 3 different rocks, and they're just going to go until the rocks die. And if I lose a minute of my life, I'm cool with that. Because I don't have to fucking worry about it.
I thought there was like the survey scanner or something would tell you.
The survey scanner would. It tells you
how
much.
Nobody ever uses that.
That's what I'm telling you.
It tells you how much M3 is left in there.
That's what I'm telling you. I would use that, and then I would purposefully measure where I was going with the rocks, and when one was about half a cycle as opposed to a full cycle, and that's when I would do that.
That's a mid-slot module. Why would you put that on instead of more tank? That's silly.
Because I never expected to live regardless of tank in a mining vessel.
Okay. Because
they should get rid of that mod and make that like a ship specialty or something, and like all mining barges can just do that. Because honestly, it's the most useless mod ever.
I'm gonna tell you right now why he did that. Okay, because when he was mining,
min-maxing.
No. Because that was back when drone NPCs in the belt, you could get them on one ship out there and tank it, and they would never switch. Okay, he was not mining during the time of NPCs that would move off to other ships.
Also, when I was doing ice mining,
they're back in the day.
Oh my God, it's Grath.
I would actually use just a civilian. If you're doing high-sec mining, you just needed a civilian shield just to kind of clean you up, because the damage that was coming in was so weak that a civilian shield booster could repair it, and you were just fine. The only thing you'd worry about is ganking. But
so we are joined by Graftalkin, but right now we are talking about
something he doesn't know anything about, which is mining.
Are you going to be my Tara Reid tonight?
I don't think anybody wants to be that to anybody.
Be nice to Tara.
I fucking love Tara.
Why? She hasn't been nice to us.
Yeah, she is a sexy bitch.
Yeah, she's.
You guys are so mean to him.
She's gifted.
Oh, I went way over my head. I'm thinking of the real person. I'm like, is she dying?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
You're talking about a guy in PL.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I was talking about the actual actress.
Tara likes to post really bad, long, wordy posts to bait out more posts that make him post more long, wordy, bad posts, and then it's a cyclic abuse thing
Why is
going on.
Porkbutt have no lights in his house?
Right? Like there's a guy in PL named Tara Reid.
Yeah, I know. I hung out with him at Vegas.
Oh yeah. He's a great dude, but he does it on
It's
purpose.
not
Like
my
he
fault.
actually posts these word diatribes just to bait out people, and then he posts more of it. Like that's his whole shtick. He loves to do it. I would never get in the way of that.
His boobs aren't uneven though.
I don't know.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Even when he's lying on his side.
No, they're not. They're like the same place. He's got a.
What if he
uniform, though,
lies
so
on
it's
his
kinda
back?
fucked up.
Are they supposed to be uneven? Is it like surprising they're not?
But anyways, getting back to the mining thing here, it's like we're introducing Graph, but we're getting back to the mining thing here real quick. Yeah, excavators getting fucked with, and that is the entire thing related to all the cries over the Rorqual out there. Yes, I'm a potato head. Excavator drones. However, for all you people who like to kill shit, excavator drones will now provide kill mails.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I mean, you gotta like that if you're like a.
They definitely
killer,
should if they're worth as much as they are.
A killer after the
Killer
end
of
of the
droids.
battle. After the end of the battle that occurs, and you're going, well, would you do that though, or would you like?
I'm embarrassed to kill that kind of stuff.
Grant, if you went in there and killed a bunch of freaking Rorquals, if PL jumped in and killed a bunch of fucking Rorquals, would they call another Rorqual in to like scoop the excavators that were there?
Sometimes depends on if we have the field, if we can expect to hold it
they're
for a
not
minute.
cheap.
What's the M3
Yeah,
on
no,
excavators?
What's the what?
I mean, you
The
may get
M3,
a
like
kill
what,
mail for that.
how
but
much to like?
Oh, they're fucking huge. They're
okay,
like,
yeah,
you
so
have
you
to have
can't just
a
scoop them in like you have to get like a hauler of some kind.
You know,
Yeah.
you
Battle
probably
hauler,
roll,
man.
like,
Gives a roll.
I mean, a Viator would be working to pick them up.
It's when you're just bringing your battle Rorqual and pick them all up.
That's what I mean.
I mean, that's
Because,
actually what
it's like,
happens.
as much as you want a kill mark, as much as you want a fucking kill mark or a kill mail, it's like, you know what? Those are fucking pricey. Somebody can use that bitch.
I'll take it instead of killing it.
Are fucking
Wait,
Jay McClain and
do they
Pork Butt
actually-
broadcasting from the same room? I'm
Yeah.
mega
Yeah.
jealous.
But no, this
Yeah, yeah.
I have a serious question.
They're dating
Do
now.
they actually generate kill marks? Because like, and
Well, I don't know.
Rookie
I'm
ship
sorry.
generates
I'm
a
sorry.
kill
I
mail.
said kill marks. Don't quote fucking me on that. I said kill mark. I was
But that's a
meaning
solid
to say kill
question,
mail.
though.
It is.
Because you could be out going out paying for kill marks now.
Oh, really?
Well, do
People
fighters
that? That's a
generate
thing?
kill marks?
No, it's alright.
Huh?
Excavators will result. Killing one will result in a kill mark as per the devlog.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, now those things lost.
So there
their
you go.
value, right?
Spice up
That's-
your paint job.
Yeah,
by killing
there you
some
go. You
Goddamn
can fucking
excavators.
go kill a bunch of excavators.
Oh
and get
man,
blinged up.
imagine a boson.
Wait, are they gonna start adding? Are they gonna add skins for excavate? Like maybe they could have like drone skins now. Get skins for your
Excavator
fighter.
skins?
Oh, because
Excavator
that's what
skins,
they need
fighter
more
skins.
They need more skins on smaller ships that
Hey,
you
if you're
never
gonna
see.
spend
That's
$1 billion
exactly
on
what
it-
they need.
You can't zoom in enough to
No,
see
you
what
can.
the-
You just have to
They
right
need
click
more
and
skins
view.
that look good. For
Are you
example, the
hating
new
on skins?
Even T skins.
I'm hating
Yeah,
on skins on
IGC
smaller
skins.
ships.
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
I have a Tristan with the Gala skin. This thing is fucking gorgeous.
How do you see
Draden's
it?
a-
Like magnifying
Draden's-
glass or?
Draden's
I zoom in and stare at my ship, and then I pilot with the overview.
Drayden's one of these
Mm.
people. He's like, fuck yeah, take my money, CCP, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll take your money. You won't be able to see it, but I'll tell you it's there.
no, I do see it because tactfully,
Are you
like
telling me you highlight your drone? Look at?
not my drones, but if I had skins for them, I
That's
fucking
what an
would.
excavator. Would you? Shut the.
Yes,
fuck
I
up.
would. Why would you buy a skin if you weren't gonna look at it?
I'd buy a
looked at
skin.
my
I'd buy a
drones
skin for my drone.
Once.
Yeah.
I did it once. I looked at them once, and I was like, "Yeah."
But
never
for
doing that
ships though,
again.
like if I'm in
You
a
know you're out there with ballers if they're fucking excavators have.
No, like,
skins.
if-
Not only does my ship have skins, my drones have.
But here's the thing, like everyone's like, oh, no one plays Eve zoomed in. It's like I do because when you go in fleets and you anchor up, you don't need to look around to pilot your shit. You have your overview window
Exactly.
or you have your broadcast window up, so it's like you can zoom in. You don't have to look at where you're going, and if someone's like lock
you're
this
like
up, you can just
blown.
yeah, you
you're
can play
full-blown
fully
limiting
zoomed
that.
in. I'm all about
I've
just
got a
checking
I
out.
never
skin-
trust my
I've got a
FC. I
skin
always
on
have
a
it zoomed
skin.
out.
Dude,
As I'm taking damage, part of the old skin wears off and the new skin shows
yeah,
through.
like you don't have to fly your
Ooh,
ship if
embarrassing.
the FC's flying for you and telling you what to lock. Like you can just be all zoomed in and checking out your swag and your steez. Like, oh yeah.
I've had FCs make too many bad decisions and leave me behind before. I always zoom out now. I never sit there just lemming.
It's
What are
for,
you gonna do? Just
for the greater
literally
good.
warp
You
off when
behind, and the
Addictor's
rest of the
getting
fleet is going
close?
with them. That's not the problem
Yeah,
with the FC.
I've done that tons of times. If they're
Yeah,
like,
that's
we're
not
about
the
to
FC.
die
That's you
horribly,
if everyone else is managing to follow instructions.
that's not me.
Where are these mining fighters anyway? I don't see them in the drones.
Mining fighters?
Well, they're not mining fighters.
What?
Excavators
What the
are
hell's
still
going
drones.
on?
Excavators are still drones.
Mining 101.
In
with
Matterall's complete mining guide,
They
there
don't-
will be mining
Yeah,
fighters.
you got to
I
read
will
your own
refer to them
guide.
as mining fighters.
How does that
You won't know
work?
what the
Does
fuck
it
I'm
like
talking
attack
about.
the enemy, but it just like harvests their ship?
Yeah. So Minotaur ships are worth less, so you obviously get less.
Yeah,
but if you fly a
obviously.
Glorious Amar one, you get more, so you can strip off like the lasers and shit. And then if they have a skin, you actually get ISK, and the skin deteriorates off the ship.
How horrible would that be if the drone's like attached on your ship, like graphically, and started taking chunks off of it?
I guess you can call them asteroid fighters. I mean, yeah, they're technically fighting the asteroid, but no, they're still considered drones. Anyways, increase the maximum possible drone interaction range from 250 kilometers to 500 kilometers to allow drones to be used more effectively against extra-large structures. This has no effect on the range a target must be from the controlling ship. That's a big, that's a big kind of like, 250 to 500.
I mean, it's double.
It is. I mean,
I don't know how-
percentage-wise, that's a big boost.
I don't know how like ground shaking that is. I mean, like.
Well, now Logi can whore on your Astra House kills and stuff.
Wait, is that regular drones or fighters?
No,
regular drones.
Well, hold on.
Can go up to 500.
APOF.
Yeah.
Yes, mate.
But it still has to be within its lock range to engage it.
250 kilometers to 500 kilometers. The only thing that can do that is
super carriers.
See, you're doing the same thing I did. I thought this meant that you'd be able to use 500 kilometer sniper drones, and that's not actually what it means. If you
You still
read
have
it.
to be. You have to be within the your
I think it means
your
if
lock
you are
range to
disconnected
engage.
from them, you
then you can
right-click,
fly
reconnect the
away, and they'll
drones, maybe?
continue fighting.
Right. This is just interaction. This is not.
This
what I said.
means you can lock
This
up
is not
a
control
Fortizar or a Keepstar, send your Hobgoblins after it, and they will actually attack it instead of
Right.
orbiting
but
halfway
when
around
you
it and then
send them to
disconnecting from
attack
you.
it, when you send them to attack it, you have to be within drone control range of
Right.
both the structure
Yeah.
and the drones.
Yes.
Then you can drive away, and they won't stop doing what they're
Yeah,
doing.
it's not like you
Right.
can be sitting 500k outside of your lock range and be like, "Go get them, drones!" Like,
So the
no, you
problem
still
people
have to
used
be
to
in
have-
combat range.
Run in, launch your drones, put them on the target, and then like scamper away.
Well, here's the thing, like,
Scamper?
because if you, the thing is with the things,
Prance?
like, you would lock up the Citadel, because there's a distance you have to be away from it before it starts count. Like when you leave a station, it'll still say 0 kilometers, even though you're quite a ways away from it. So you could be at where it says, say you're 200 kilometers away. If that's within your range, you can be at 200 kilometers away, even though technically there's more space between you and that, right? But the structure itself is considered only 200 kilometers away at that point.
The drones will orbit the model that you're attacking. So if they orbit around the back side of the big model you're attacking, the Fortizar or the Keepstar,
Yeah.
they will be out of range of you. You'll be 250 kilometers or more away from your drone, and it will disconnect. So now that it's ascended to 500, when your drone orbits around the big structure, it has 500 kilometers of distance, so he'll go all the way around it, and the drones will act as they normally should.
Right.
Oh, McLean has moved into the driver's seat.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah,
more of a
buddy.
nicety update.
What have you done
than
with the
an
body?
Actual combat update, really, because
It's none of your
it
business.
doesn't really affect combat.
Is
It
Pork
really-
Butt smoking a pork butt?
He's sitting on pork butts down there. somewhere.
Dude, I hope he's making you some freaking.
Is he
barbecue,
that
man.
shadow in
guy's
the window behind you?
He's like a fucking master barbecuer.
Yeah, he's a good cook.
Yeah, what is happening back there?
There's two
preparing
people
the
behind
shower.
there.
That's not a window. That's a sock drawer.
Now, here's one of the things that I'm not sure that it came out in kind of the original proposal thing. We made some changes to assignable shortcuts for drone actions. Added a launch drones shortcut. By
God, that's
default,
so
this
good.
will act like right-clicking on a drones in bay and selecting launch drones.
Praise
But
the Lord.
but you can now also select a favorite drone group to be the default target for this shortcut,
Yeah, that's so good.
cool.
which will be saved by hull type.
I thought they had that.
No, they
no,
never did.
they've had a recall
They-
drone, engage.
yeah, they have all
right.
kinds of
orbit.
shortcuts for the
There's
drones, but you
hotkeys for
still
everything, but not
you s-
not launching them.
you still had to right-click, deploy, or launch drones, or I always just clicked and dragged them
Drag and
out.
drop.
Yeah, you just drag and drop, but you still had to do that. Now you can just hit a hotkey and it launches what your preferred. You
We're
select.
doing a shot. Okay.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
doing
let's do a shot.
Okay, yeah.
Well,
Hey,
they
yeah,
really are
for-
going in that StarCraft, and Apothene, you can speak to this. That StarCraft kind of thing where you're doing like 300 clicks per second. 300 keystrokes
Well,
per second.
Gotta get your
technically,
APM.
it's
That's
not a
too
macro.
far. That's going too far with it.
A macro is having one input to multiple outputs,
keystrokes.
whereas this is what you would call hotkeys.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, but I macro it to like launch and then engage.
Well, but the
That's
thing,
two
the thing with
things
macro, I don't know.
That's against the ULA, I believe.
I think when they're
Yeah,
talking
you're not
about like
supposed to do
StarCraft macro, it's not like macro controls where you're like pushing one command and it's doing multiple commands. Macro is like
You're confusing
managing
two
lots
terms,
of stuff at
macro
the
and
same
micro.
time. I think.
Oh, so in terms of macro and micro in that sense of StarCraft, yes.
Yeah.
So your macro is making sure your production is keeping going again and again, making sure your workers, you're expanding, and you're basically running your civilization well. And the micro is the managing individual units and moving them around.
Right.
Waiting on rain.
No, I just
Oh, you did it.
did
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
she's
you
not
did
waiting.
You did when your next load. I'm
staring.
sorry.
It looks like you're drinking sake.
And I'm sorry. Like I don't want miners to bitch out there that they're not helping you out. They've extended.
Are you really sorry though?
Well, I am, because you know what? There's always this, like nowadays, there's always this like nullsec versus fucking highsec and miners versus PvPers. Like you don't want these people to think that one side is getting it.
Polarized before.
Us versus
It
them.
really is.
It's
us
always
versus them.
been nullsec
They're
or
the
highsec.
other. They're the other. Expanded the engage drones shortcut to also fucking give
Mining.
mine
Yes,
repeatedly
that's so good
to
too.
any mining drones. There you go, boys. There you go. Mine repeatedly.
They also had that, didn't they?
No. If you had an asteroid locked up, and you push F, your drone would not go at
the
it.
guy writing the Imperium's Guide to
Wow.
mining, you seem to not know much about mining, bud.
I'm gonna check.
Read my
Right.
complete guide for mining.
That's right.
I don't know.
On the
In
right
my
click-
world,
on the right click side of the equation, yes, you are correct. On what this is dealing with, which is people who like to use keyboards and shit. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't get past WASD. Like anything beyond that, I'm like.
I forget.
See, I'm weird. I always call it WSDA. I don't know why I do that.
That's dumb. That's
Well,
fucking dumb.
God damn it, Drayden, you just
It's-
lost all of your smart points at the
it's your-
beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Damn it, Drayden, this is like a fucking episode of QI, and you just got the honker.
look.
Grifter 214 said he saw me in Highsec the other day.
Yeah, you've been spotted.
Did you wave, Grifter? Did you say, Dirk, yo?
What's up? Selfie with him.
I would have ignored
actually
you
get
because I don't
so
talk to people in
excited.
Highsec, but.
I get so excited when people wave to me, like in a system. There is like rain, slash, and I'm
Do you
like,
ever feel
oh
a
my
little
God.
bad though? Do you ever feel like
No, I always
man.
say hi back. I get
Oh.
so excited.
No. I know, but
I feel so
but,
bad
like,
because I always miss it for like half an hour.
I-
and then like
Yeah.
email the guy saying sorry, hi.
Yeah,
and
I like
not
when I
paying
see
attention.
people that. Well, it's
Listen to the
I get
podcast
excited because I'm
about
like,
how
holy
space
shit,
famous
someone
he
knows
is.
who I am. But
He is space
I know who
famous.
you are.
there's one time I had to
Everybody's
go
just
back.
talking about
And
how
someone
it
said that.
happened
I
to
don't.
them. I wanted to join the conversation.
Both Rain
man.
and Apothene are what would be considered space famous if there is a thing.
Not
Yeah.
even.
Yeah, you're
Totally.
I mean,
You guys are
everyone
totally
on here
famous
is.
now.
I'm
We're
not the
all
most famous
famous
person
people.
here.
and Dirk says you're
Maderal
welcome.
and Dirk are way more famous than Eve than I am.
No,
Wow.
actually, none of us compared to Grath. And
Oh,
anyway,
Certainly-
this is like
oh,
a certain.
certainly none of us compared to Graph, but that's for
Nope.
later.
Wow.
Relax the throttling on giving orders to fighter squad. This is one thing, and if somebody can like really communicate this to me, it would be helpful. Relax the throttling on giving orders to fighter squadrons. This should result
Because-
in less occurrences of busy squadrons during high APM usage.
I know when you're like moving them about, it fucking sits there and just spins, and you have to tell them to do things multiple times.
Yeah, so like it's basically how many inputs they will accept, how quickly.
Well, there's that acronym, isn't it? APM, and that's what brings me to the other game styles that are kind of
Actions
seeping
per
in.
minute, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's also there's APM and then EAPM is also which is important as well.
What are those?
These are like Korean terms, aren't they?
Well,
Yeah.
they were
No!
originally famous in the. Well, the thing is, they're not Korean words. It's actions per minute and effective actions per minute. But they were made prominent predominantly by the StarCraft community, and before that, perhaps the what was it? Fucking the Warcraft 3 whatever. The irrelevant one. So anyway, so you'd have pro players who what you do at the beginning of games to warm up your hands is you'd spam and do tons and tons and tons of actions just to keep your hands warm. But also, when it comes
You're not
to
kidding.
actively doing things, spam doesn't help you. So you can measure how many APM they have, but you also measure how many EAPM in fights. So how much of that spam is actually useful actions when you're looking at big fights. And if you want to look at examples of real APM, just search Jaedong APM test on YouTube, and you will see the man's fingers fly across the keyboard.
It's almost like they're vibrating on the keyboard. They doesn't even look
like
coherent.
700, 800 APM consistently is.
You know, I
what
want
a
to
top
interrupt you
Brood War
real
player could
quick.
do.
Dirk, you were really clinging to this potato head thing.
I'm using it, bro. Would you let me fucking use it?
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
he's saying.
You
I
just-
think it's funny.
Let him
I
live
grew
in
up.
it.
I'm gonna be honest. When I grew up, Mr. Potato Head was a person
Yeah.
that people wanted to know.
He even had a
You're
missus.
not wrong.
Exactly. Then there was Mrs. Potato Head. They had Baby Potato Head. It was like fucking cool.
Bit of baby.
Nowadays, potato head for millennials might be like a fucking slander or like put them into like rehab or some shit. But I mean, when I was a kid, Mr. Potato Head was okay with people out there.
He was the man, or the spud.
Just making
The
sure. You
spud.
seem to be. You see, like every time I see you now, you're like something potato head. I'm like, man, I pissed him
Well,
off.
no. I'm actually gonna go with what you
How
told
dare
me
you,
yesterday,
Graf, you're
where you're like
bad man.
The people I like, I call them potato head.
Yeah, exactly. Like I got a whole suite
All
of
the rest of
insults
those
that I keep
people,
they
people
get
that
really
I like.
personal
I got a
hardcore
real
shit.
different set for people that I don't like.
Someone needs to get on
Didn't
Photoshop
call me
and
Potato
make
Head.
Dirk an actual potato head.
Exactly. Make me a fucking potato head avatar, somebody out there.
Oh, meme.
If I like it, I'll give it. Yeah, I'll give you a billion isk.
Oh, I know
Don't give
Photoshop.
away your money.
Well,
wrong
I'm
with
not
you?
saying I'm not guaranteeing I will like any of it, right? I may get a whole bunch of like semi cool potato head Dirk heads, but like not really actually like any of them. Added assignable shortcuts for various fighter actions. These are unassigned by default, but can be set up in the escape menu. Launch all fighters, open fighter bay, select all fighters, deselect all fighters, recall all fighters. Make sure Starbuck is in your fucking hangar when you get home. Launch selected fighters, recall selected fighters, toggle selection of tubes 1 through 5. Tubes 1 through 5 by National Command Authority have now been opened. Toggle selection of ship. Man, there's like all these fucking keystrokes and shit that are coming into this game. Eve is getting too complex for this basic ass goddamn keyboard that I've had for the last few years.
It's not getting more complex. It's just becoming more customizable, and you've got more buttons to do the same thing. And you
Isn't
can
this
customize them
why
to
we
do the
got
same
rid of
thing.
IS Boxer and all that fucking highlighty shit?
Well, no, this is the answer
Didn't
to
we
it.
want to just get back to
No,
mice?
that's one to many. This is one to one.
Sherrard donated $3. He says, "Hi Frank. Yes, I saw your Craigslist post, and yes, I'm into that." XOXO. Thanks, Sherrard.
This seems very fair because this is a person actually doing the actions. But what this very much is something that might have been not necessarily denied by Fozzie a few years ago when I asked him, "Are you taking influences from Dota and from other games like that?" And he's like, "No, we're just trying to make the game funner instead of more of an ownership society." And I think it's pretty clear now that the way that carriers are working is much more like StarCraft than other things.
Yeah, they said it was to have an RTS feel, as it were, and it's really nice.
Did they admit that? I didn't know they
it's-
admitted that.
I believe that's what they said. Obviously, they're not going to say StarCraft or any specific games because you don't, we work for Game Company. You don't really do that. But
Do you think that they're
RTS
targeting a Korean player base?
Well, you could
after
say
now getting rid
RTS.
of the Japanese
No,
localization.
Eve is, in my
Is this
opinion,
a shift
for the
in
games,
the one Korea policy?
For the games that Korea really latches on to, StarCraft is not one of them. Obviously, there are a ton of Korean players who really love the game. There are Korean communities, but it's Eve. I would not say is the one where it becomes the national sport like Brood War did.
Yeah, like StarCraft is big there. League of Legends is big there, and there's a handful of others as well. I don't know.
Brood War is making a comeback. It's great. Like
Really?
at
The
the
old
beginning of the year, they had the ASL. They had Flash Jaedong in the finals. My nerd burner split my desk in two. Like, oh my god.
I loved StarCraft, but I was horrible at it, so I didn't like multiplayer because I was one of those people that like to build, like turtle up and just build everything. And like everyone else is like massive, like build a barracks and pump out Marines or just pump out Hydralisks or whatever, and then just like
got a
rush your
macro,
ass
dude. You got
early.
a
It's like
macro.
I hated that. It's like you guys don't even get to the end game units. What the fuck are you doing with this game?
Of course you do. It's just that you've got to build those units to not die in the first place.
And I was so bad at it. I didn't.
I
Like
feel the
multiplayer.
same way. I wish you try to like actually construct something, and you're constantly having to fend off destruction.
I basically played any
No Rush
RTS,
20.
not just StarCraft, any RTS. I played as like a Sim City type game where I want to build everything there is in the game before I go and finish it.
You mean what
instead-
planetary
Right. I don't have
integration will one
250
day
guys
become?
yet.
Yeah, I don't have
Not
my
ready.
max population cap. I don't have all the buildings with all the technologies yet, so I'm not ready to attack and finish the game yet.
I mean, that's how fucking Zerg plays, man, in StarCraft 2, especially in the early days when I played. Like, oh, Jesus. It was just like, yeah, advantage? Oh, no, you can't go and win because Defender's advantage is too fucking strong.
Now, we're gonna move on to some categories here that are not as like stimulating, right? They put this under exploration, which is kind of sad in a way, all right, because it's not really exploration. The asteroids within asteroid cluster anomalies have had their spread increase. Now, for people out there that don't know what their spread means, that means kind of like a girl is like her thighs. They don't touch.
Whoa.
Well,
wrong direction.
No, this is
The-
going right
the
where
ast-
it needs to be.
Dirk, this is not.
It's
Yeah.
hold on. It's not
I'll explain it
it's
with
not
his-
Twitch
Are we
inappropriate yet.
approaching-
Keep going, Dirk. Keep going.
Are we
called-
approaching maximum over, Dirk?
Well, not
When
yet.
you get the
The
boss,
No,
you
I
run
think this
a
is gonna be
little
good.
apart.
It's past 10.
I want to see how this connects to asteroid spread.
The asteroids are moving farther apart, is what I'm saying.
Spread.
Asteroid? I hardly knew her.
Have had their spread increased. Why not like the distance between asteroids has been increased? I mean, it's like
Because that's too
it's
much
kind
text.
of the wording of this. When you use the word spread,
Well,
it has two meanings.
maybe
One,
it's a-
something that you put on fucking bread, and two, legs.
It's a more
Something that
scientific
costs
or
bread.
mathematical way of describing it.
The thing it might be a translating thing.
Maybe this may have been written by somebody from a island.
No,
that
but
speaks
See, to
like
me, it
a
makes
language
sense.
with
If you are
sylla-
talking
with
technically,
consonants
spread is
next
the
to
best
each other.
word.
See, when you use it in that context, I immediately think of like a shotgun spread or something, and then like increasing that spread. Yeah, it makes sense.
See, I had betting in my head right up until he brought the word woman into it, and I was like, wait,
Oh, like a
this
bed
just
spread.
went porno.
But if you had an increased
When
bed
I
spread,
grew
it'd
up,
be a
I had
bigger
no
bed
idea
spread.
about what the term spread meant. But apparently, this is like a lady thing where it's like they worry about whether or not their thighs rubbed. I call
That's
it
not
chub rub.
thigh spread.
That's
I-
not
I
a thigh
have
spread. That's a
chub
gap.
Oh, thigh gap.
No,
Yeah,
no,
thigh
no,
gap.
no,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
There's a difference between gap and spread.
No.
Gap is
Yeah,
a bad
but-
thing that you don't
But
want to
you
like.
said
confess
women
to,
worried
right?
about their
Dirk,
legs
Dirk,
spread. No, it's
Dirk.
about thigh gap.
Spreading your thighs is what happens before things happen. Thigh gap is the aesthetic.
Gap is just the likelihood that you'll survive.
If an individual, and I
What?
don't even want to say a girl nowadays,
What?
because you know what, shit
You
can
know-
change.
The guillotine. No?
Has a gap. A gap is a
You guys don't know
completely
women.
different thing, and it is way further fucking not way further north, but it is definitely like a few inches further fucking north. Okay, a spread is different. Thigh spread is different than gap.
Eve Girl donates $3. Everyone knows my asteroids are spread. You can get 10 Rorquals between there.
Right.
Oh, so wrong.
You know what?
It's
What
shot
show?
time.
What show other than I'm gonna do a shot for that. What show?
Shot.
What show other than this can talk about like fucking asteroids moving outwards in the belt? They're not getting bigger. They're not getting more dense. They're just like moving out a little bit, spreading out in the belt. You know what? They're unbuckling
Something
the belt
tasteful.
and going.
Well,
"Oh."
Dirk, at your age, having your asteroids dropping a little further out, you can get a cream for that. It's perfectly normal.
It's still
Look at the
sad.
way that fucking Arcanor and that Arcanor and that Crocator are fucking spread. Oh. Anyways, the drop
the
rate of
fuck?
I know that one didn't work. I'm gonna be honest, that one did not work. The drop rates of module blueprints from data sites has been adjusted to better match consumption. The main impact of this change is increased drop rates for small ancillary armor repairer blueprints. This is something that Suetonia was extremely excited
Such
about.
bullshit.
I think he tweeted that too, didn't he?
He did,
Like,
and I
tweeting
read
at
people's
Fozzie,
All
like,
ancillary armor
super
racks were
excited.
really fucking expensive.
Yeah, they were up to 7 million.
Hey,
as of, like,
shit.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, Mark's
We
a lot
literally
extra than
just
11
jumped
months.
by like 100 people.
I was
Thank you,
making
Matt
so
Roll.
much money off of that shit too, man. Fuck.
And they totally missed those 100 people totally missed the last conversation, which is probably good because
Dirk, did I miss this earlier? Where are you?
Might keep you out of jail.
What do you mean? Where am I?
Normally you have like a green screen and like.
Yeah, you know what? I've been trying to bring people closer.
That's why I put him in the closet.
I felt the green screen was kind of separating me from my people, and I've decided to like invite them into the office, like normally, and normally Mrs. McGurk works there during the day. She's not here right now, but yeah.
Hey, that's what I do, Dirk.
Remember you used to make fun of me for having a shitty green screen, and now you just bailed on yours altogether?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I feel as though I was one of the early people to green screens in Eve, and now I feel as though I've earned the right to be able to go, you know what? I can do a green screen or not do a green screen. It's still fucking dark, whatever.
So now it's not cool, so you gotta, you know what I mean?
All you freaking puppies are like getting into it and shit, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to
You're not allowed
natural.
to use the term puppy anymore. You're not in the Imperium, haven't you heard?
Yeah, well, I'm kind of like,
puppy is not an Imperium branded thing.
That really isn't.
That's been around forever.
It kind of is, but like,
they use it a lot, but it's been around forever.
You norms are using the fucking green
No,
screen.
it's not. No, it's casuals. Like, you don't touch me, you fucking casual.
Rain, don't get in the way of Dirk's mayonnaise. He's on a roll.
He's just trying to be like
He's
you, Rain.
doing it wrong. It's like watching like my mom on Facebook.
By the way, I met your mom on
It doesn't
Facebook.
work like this.
Okay,
It doesn't
man,
work
I
like this
told her
at
not
all.
to do that, but she did. And I'm
She
really
waved
mad.
hi. I said hello. How nice.
What you're saying is Dirk sounds as old as Grath looks.
I like
It's
texted
so
her. I was
bad.
like, Mom, make your
Oh.
Facebook private. I don't want people find
Next
it.
thing you
Double
know, like,
low blow.
Ray's
I get
mom-
dragged into the fight.
Ray's supposed to be like, I got this
Well,
sweet
now we're
man over
friends,
for
but-
dinner. He said,
I was
I'm
Sorry.
not
Sorry.
friends with you on Facebook?
Yeah.
I was
Oh
reading
my.
Reddit last night.
Hold up,
There
hold up.
were
I'm
So you have to
people
behave.
referring to Graf as fat, and I'm like, holy shit, do they think Dirk is Graf? But whatever, we're not getting into that yet.
Grath
We're
is not
there
on
yet.
camera, unfortunately, but he's here. You can hear his deep voice.
Fat motherfucker.
Yeah, oh, my
Uh-oh.
big old ass.
Hey,
But
Grath's not
hold
fat.
on.
I'm really not fat.
No,
There-
he's not.
You know what, dude? You're kind of chunking up. You know, every Eve Vegas, like you chunk up a little bit. But yeah, hold on.
Thanks.
We're
Thanks,
not there
Pinhead.
yet, though.
This is coming from you.
I know. I just call that shit as I
Like,
see it. But whatever.
As
All right.
the probably
I guess
the
it takes
person
one to
who
know
weighs
one,
the
right?
less. Y'all need to shut up.
weighs the less.
But
Weighs the
weighs the
least.
I'm just sorry.
I
Weighs
weigh the
the
less.
fewer.
So
Weighs
But
less
hold on.
often.
Graphics. I'm sorry. We have to move into things like graphics. Next, we'll be into fucking music in a second. Ore ships have been visually upgraded with new paint jobs and texture tweaks to accentuate. I love that word, accentuate. Their industrial natures. Accentuate their industrial natures.
Oh, that's
You
hot.
juicy
With
baby.
their thigh spread.
No, the gap, not spreads.
if they want to do
Yeah.
anything for miners, they should put the in-game
Although, what is it,
browser on the ship so they have something to look at while they're wasting their time mining.
Aussie,
They should pump
Aussie man
Netflix
is
into mining barges.
Aussie Man Reviews added like a special flavor to the word spread. He calls it a spready, which is oh.
Well, that does sound
those
like.
fucking Australians. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
always
Everything's
coming up with a
friendlier.
cooler way to say the
Yeah,
word.
he does. Oh,
Hey, what'd you say?
well, it's Aussie
It's
Man
called
Reviews.
spready.
Yeah, he
No,
he
you
does all
said
these videos, but
Australians.
we'd
Did you
always
call
watch his
Fozzie
Game of
Australian?
we always we always watch his
Fozzie
Game of
an
Thrones
Australian.
reviews.
God no,
Aussie.
Hold on.
Aussie
Fozzie
Like
Man
Aussie isn't
reviews.
like
you know, is
Oh,
like
Australian
okay,
Aussie.
okay.
Are you
like-
not aware of Aussie Man reviews?
Oh,
You
those
need,
are
to,
great.
you need to look those up.
Literally the best
You need to
reviewer
look that up
ever on YouTube.
right
Yeah.
now.
Is it a YouTube thing? Because I don't really care.
You,
about
he's a,
YouTube
you,
things.
No, like you
should-
watch it, you'll
should
never
care.
stop laughing.
Yeah.
You
Rain
might
says,
actually die from laughter.
I don't watch
Literally
any
the
of-
best YouTube reviewer of things
Oh,
that should
is that
be
the one
reviewed.
like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So
No.
hit the
No.
sub button below.
No,
No, it's
he-
not that at all.
He makes marble races exciting to watch.
And he doesn't start it like normal YouTubers, like, "What's up, guys? Welcome." You know what I mean? Like he just kicks it right off and goes into.
Yeah,
and he
no,
reviews
his
the most
best
ridiculous
ones
shit.
are the-
I might give it a
His
shot.
Game of Thrones reviews are the
Might.
best.
Those are amazing.
I like
actually.
his Latina weather women.
Yeah, that,
That
was
was a
good.
great
He can't.
one.
He
That was a
can't even
great-
get through those.
No, I know. Falls off his stool or whatever.
However, Dirk being the voice of reason. Oh my god, I've been like that for like
Are you
48
still?
fucking hours now.
No,
Okay.
that's
Are,
never
are you
the thing.
keeping your throne?
Circling us back to a topic that I know is in the motherfucking hearts of people out there on the show, out in the fucking audience. The Caldari Destroyer Cormorant and Interdictor Flycatcher have been completely motherfucking fucking redesigned.
Yep.
That was on the last 07 show with CCP Acidburn, who walked us through how he did that. And the new Cormorant, I think in a couple weeks, is going to get the new IGC skin, which will be in the Orem store for people to buy. First time it'll be a bundle, so it'll be the Cormorant, the Caracal, and the Drake. Because as of now, the only IGC skins are on battleships from the Eve and T tournaments.
And I'm
Actually,
sorry,
like those
but
skins 'cause they're invisible.
when we started this show tonight, for people who are not here right now, okay, we didn't get like 30 words into this show where we had like girly squealing and like, you know, people going, "Oh, the Cormorant!"
I just said actually.
For people that are not here right now.
I did kind of fangirl.
Did we properly haze?
I was like, what?
Did we properly haze
Raise your-
Wrath about
hey.
his pod loss?
Raise your hand if you're not.
No.
No,
Okay,
I
so look,
was
I want to tell the story of the
wait.
pod.
What happened there? What happened?
Everybody keeps talking about it in chat. So we go through some wormhole series or whatever, and to go fucking jump on like a Nidhogger or some shit in Dell that was being retarded. No problem. It's like 3 wormholes through some low sec, yada yada yada. Everybody starts pouring in. We end up not killing a Nidhogger, and we have to fuck off. So I just kind of like warp back a couple systems, jump in the wormhole, and I start warping. Somebody links a system in low sec. I'm like, all right, cool, we got to go here. So like 4 or 5 of us get there ahead of everybody else, and we sit there for like 10 minutes. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Where do we go? Somebody links Dudrea in Fleet. So I'm like, all right, we must have to go to Dudrea. So I warp back to Dudrea.
Waypoint.
I warp to a worm. There's a wormhole bookmark. I'm like, oh, it must be the wormhole. So I warp over to the wormhole. We're killing a scorpion on the wormhole. I'm like, this is obviously the wormhole. Kill a scorpion, jump through the wormhole. 300 fucking goons on the other side of the gate. And I'm like, oh, this is the wormhole back to Delve. Why did we link this system? Why did I have to warp? Okay, well, fuck it. I'm just going to burn back to the wormhole, jump back through the wormhole. No problem. I don't have the wormhole timer. I have plenty of free time. Overheat my hardeners, turn my afterburner on, burn down to the wormhole, hit the jump button on the wormhole. It gobbles me up and then shits me back out because it's collapsed. I was like, you what? And then I died. Then I died right there in a high grade snake.
Wah wah.
You weren't your Kronos, were you?
Awesome.
No, I was in an Onyx. I was in a 100 MN Onyx. 100 MN high grade snake Onyx.
So it could have been it could have been worse.
That's like a bullet, right? When you have a battleship engine on a cruiser.
It's not really a bullet. I mean, it moves pretty fast. I mean, it's like overheats to about 2K, but it doesn't take it soaks a little bit more damage. Yeah, it soaks a little more damage. It's kind of fun. I mean, that was pretty much the first time I'd flown one. It was hyperspatial rate too, so it kind of works at 5 AU a second, moves around pretty quick. I don't think it's good, and I probably won't be flying one again.
Not when it let you down. Oh, actually, the wormhole let you down.
No. Yeah, it was miscommunication that let me down. But anyway, that's the story of my 3 billion pod.
Yeah, that's 2.8 billion. Wow.
Are you pushing it up to 3?
Yeah, I mean, when you figure in the Onyx loss.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Probably.
That
Probably
counts.
okay to assume, yeah.
I can't believe they didn't have the courtesy of letting you go after something so comical.
Whatever.
I never let pods go.
1,300 comment hates fucking Reddit. Nobody's letting me go ever again.
The thing is,
It's
like,
fine.
first of all,
Right.
if someone's got Grath's pod locked, they're gonna kill it just so they can say they killed Grath's pod. And I mean, I don't know if people are out there
I
like.
think I got a guy by the name of Grath Telkin tackled.
Yeah.
What should I do to his pod?
Well, and the other thing is like it might just be a even if you don't care about the prestige for killing Grath's pod. It's like I'm sure you could sell Grath's corpse for a chunk of change.
You can't scoop the corpse unless you kill the motherfucking pod.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, like you could probably.
I try not to die a lot, and if I do, I try to get my pod out because they're usually packed full. If they ever start letting you loot my pod, I'm gonna be a pinata forever. Like, because I always like to fly around, and I think of your pod as 10 fitting slots that very few people remember to use, or like for your ship, you can get way more out of your. So my pods are always fucking packed.
Are you a druggie though? Like do you also like compound with drugs?
In the game,
sometimes.
In the game,
not
in the game.
Yeah, not some. Well, sometimes, and not like not. I depends on the ship. I've never taken drugs in a Kronos and had it work out good. I always get the penalties, whichever one of the 2 or 3 that fuck it up most. I've gotten penalties with it. I got max drug skills, but I will always take the sleeper 8% tracking drug because it's slot 2. It still leaves you the option if you really want to go for fucking broke and like try Exile or something like that, but I generally don't. Whereas I often take Blue Pill. Like that's a good one to take. Or whatever the missile one was. I used to use a lot, but not so much.
Yeah, I don't know. How many you
Generally
guys...
speaking, though, the tracking drug fucks you.
Already. So now you can use drugs like, or you can travel with them through HiSec. So that's kind of killed a little bit of the not allowed in HiSec and stuff. But do you think
That's
people
good,
are
though.
using?
Come on.
Yeah,
I hope so. Yeah, the market's like way more on it now that you can move them around. They're all you buy them in Jita and drive away. There are some ships. There are a lot, and not just some ships. A lot of ships where drugs work good on. A lot of people have. Like, it's all RNG, and some people have fucking good luck, and I just don't. The drug god hates me every time I do it. He's like heroin overdose, fucking 3 days of DT, fucking every fucking time. I just get it all. Like so, I just generally don't fuck with it that much.
They should make a drug that reduces fatigue, right? That's one of the things they were talking about a long time ago.
I don't want to. I like everybody like NPL bitches about fatigue and shit like that, and they hate it so much. I secretly love it. I like how big it made the game. Like it's effort to move somewhere now, and that
And
makes me happy.
it adds another resource to fuck your opponents with. It's like, especially if you're fighting PL, if you like bait us to drop on you and we all get fucking fatigued, guess who can't drop on you for the next hour? And if we do it twice and just like risk another 4 hours, guess who's not gonna get dropped on for 4 hours? Like I genuinely think the next great Eve war where both sides actually fucking fight for the fatigue war is gonna be a huge part of the strategy.
Yeah. Even Delve, we do it right now. Like the Goon Defense Fleet sometimes. Like you guys will bounce around trying to catch us killing Rorgals, and there's been times where you've had to sit and wait a minute to be able to come get us at the next spot.
It's like running away from a out of shape guy that needs to take a breather.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think it's an okay mechanic.
Did Porkbutt and McLean like fall out of TeamSpeak?
I put it back in, but I don't know how they got down there.
I'm like, I see him on screen. I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? I'm like, I'm seeing him over in chat.
TeamSpeak was flashing at me, and I closed it out because it made it stop flashing.
Oh.
You know what, Grath? The one thing I did like about the drug culture was that there were people who would be your sellers, and you contact them, and they would make the drugs for you, and they would bring it up.
That was a dope profession. Like you knew people that were drug makers, or you didn't really drug that much.
Nice pun.
Like they were always just for sale.
Is this an Eve, or are we talking about real life?
No, see, it used to be way more fucking
In
real
Eve.
life back then. Now it's like, now they've given up.
Now
on
you
the
can go to
war on
Walmart and
drugs
pick
in
up your
Eve.
fucking heroin, right? Like you used to have to go see a man about it.
I hope my headset doesn't die. It was plugged in, and then I heard the beep from it saying that its battery's getting low, so I don't know what's going on. So I put another plug in. We'll see if that works. If my headset dies, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Don't know.
I guess I could use some earbuds and my webcam mic if I have to.
You'll see when we do shots.
Yeah.
But you know what? Just a real quick wrap up. What is coming on Tuesday? Mobile warp disruptors are changing. Number one, you're going to get kill mails if you kill bubbles out there. All mobile warp disruptors are going to decay and explode if left in space for extended periods of time. What they've come down to, which I think is the exact everything about this fucking release thing is exactly what they put out. So it almost meant like nobody had any kind of change to, no matter what you said, you did not come up with anything that changed their mind. 2 days for all Tech 1 bubbles, small, medium, and large. If it's Tech 1, 2 days. 1 week for all T2 bubbles, and 2 weeks for all Syndicate bubbles. Hit points and shield generations of mobile warp disruptors have also been adjusted. I'm not going to go fucking through that right now. Syndicate bubbles now have the same disruption range as Tech 2 bubbles and require Tech 2 bubbles as part of their LP store offers. So
True story.
I swear,
I didn't even know those
nothing
existed.
that they came up with as a proposal was like, it was, they might as well have said, this is all it is. We're not listening to whatever the fuck it is any of you have to say.
Okay, Dirk, can you remind me of the last time that they posted a set of changes that we had massive objections to, and then moderate, like massive is different word. Like moderate objections to that they didn't change?
Probably
Can
Jump
you remember
Raider.
what the last...
Last
change. Yeah, that was the last change we had massive objection to, right? Like, what was the last time we had like think of like even as far as the jump fatigue,
Shots.
and stuff like that. People were fucking What did I say? Never mind. Anyway, people were massively against it, and like they didn't alter their stance really at all, right?
I'm not
like,
saying.
am I not wrong?
I'm not saying they always take what it is we have to say, but okay. So when you're looking at this, there are a lot of people out there bitching about like kind of how long and that kind of shit. Fine, maybe they don't change that shit. Stuff regarding the panic on the Rorqual. I mean, there is nobody out there who sat there and said, "Oh yeah, locked onto a goddamn asteroid is the way to go." Right? It was such an inelegant, simple-minded way of saying we're gonna limit the Rorqual from doing all of these other things by you got to be locked onto an asteroid. I mean, nothing changed at all, even like modified.
Yeah,
in
I'm
a
just
small
telling you
way.
that's just their stick now. They put the changes out, and we can talk about them. But unless there's a horrible, glaring error that they forget about, generally the changes that they put forward are the ones we get. Like if you think about the super capital changes that they announced, nothing changed over the course of that entire thing except for they removed the fucking harpoon. The goddamn
Rip
Mortal
Manny.
Kombat Scorpion maneuver that nobody is ever going to goddamn use on their, like, hey, let me just drag this guy over here. No.
Was that supposed to be a thing, or was that just?
Yeah, they were talking about it.
There was a
when
lot
it
of talk
first
about the
came,
harpoon
so-
like a year or so ago.
Right, and that's the only thing that I can remember. Like everybody kind of like mocked them for that. They're like, "That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Please don't do that." And instead, we got the
Actually, hold
burst
on.
effect AOE.
They didn't.
Harpoon would be great for an asteroid, right? So you could drag it behind you, so you could grab onto it when you needed to put on your panic.
They didn't actually rip on them so much for that when they actually came out with it. But when Manny first came up with the idea of this like fucking harpoon, and his idea of a harpoon would be something you could like drag another fucking ship towards you and whatnot. Oh my god, I remember that night. Holy shit. It was like, are you fucking kidding me? That somebody's gonna be able to like shoot a fucking space harpoon at another ship and like tractor beam it in? It's
Well, not tractor beam. You tug it in
and
like
then
a like a
and literally
winch.
3 months later, they're like, we're thinking of this thing called a space harpoon. It's like, oh shit.
Just give the ability to the Noctis, make it useful again, and it becomes a tractor beam ship. That's
Make the Noctis a combat
Well,
ship.
we have the micro jump drive field, right? So
Just-
instead of
yeah.
like reeling a ship towards you, you just have to take it with you wherever you want to go on this magical adventure of MJD.
Right, it's like the magic.
Yeah, but
school bus.
harpoons
Like a
would have been
magic
way-
carpet
way
ride
cooler.
of death.
Well, hold
You
on.
don't want a harpoon shit.
What if instead
Oh,
of
tractor beam.
What if instead of you pulling the ship you harpoon into you, what if you could just harpoon it and then you're latched onto it, and wherever it goes, you get tailed behind
This
it?
is all
Because-
Hey,
terrible.
you got a
Revolve around an
Jeep
idea that we
CJ7
shitted
with a
all over like
harpoon
years
and a
ago.
fucking
So
winch on the front
Well,
of it.
I'm just saying because
Right.
then even as an FC, you could essentially anchor on the enemy fleet, and so now the FC doesn't even have to fly his own ship. So
I'm just saying the science is already there, right? You have
We should no longer be killing ships out there. What we should be doing is harpooning them, tractoring them into us, and then fucking gutting
Guys,
them
this is
next to our
spaceships.
ships.
This isn't pirate ships.
Well, you know what'll happen? You'll harpoon something, and then you'll wait for everybody in your fleet to shoot it once, so they can get on the kill board.
We do that now.
I know,
Oh my
it's
God.
awful.
Literally, like every high stellar fucking kill mail player of this game is like, yo, let me get on it. So
Oh,
bad.
By the way, it looks like Thomas from Goons wanted to buy your corpse off whoever took it. Graph.
Oh, nice.
Told you
Do
to
it
do
up,
it,
buddy. I don't get
Does
ripped
he
off.
mean
though.
like he
There's-
wants to buy Sniggerly or your corpse?
Don't
a
get
corpse
ripped
is
off.
like your
Your
sister.
corpse.
It's had by everybody. So I mean, just be aware when you're buying it.
Don't get
Yeah.
ripped
Anyway,
off.
that's my point, though, right? That's the last thing. That's Harpoon is the last thing I can remember that the Eve community was moderately against. That they adjusted, like not massively against, like when they put the fucking jump freighter, changes up and everybody threw their kids out the window and lost their mind and set the house on fire. Like this is something that we were moderately against and they didn't change. Otherwise, largely the changes they proposed go through. You think about Citadels and all the suggestions that were given to them through the Citadel process and stuff like that. They mostly ignored almost all that and
You know
just
what?
put the
Now
Citadel
that-
out.
Now that we're a few
Injectors,
days-
too.
Now that we're a few days into the CSM election, maybe we should be sitting there and thinking, holy shit, god damn you CSM guys, were you not able to pull this shit off? Were you not able to get any kind of compromise at all? This is like we are literally right now in the zero-sum game of real-world politics where they put out
I
something
didn't really, we didn't really
oh
read the
yeah,
minutes
your
this year,
Rourke
so I don't know
will
if they
have
tried
be
to
locked
get
onto an
confidence.
asteroid, and you can't even fucking win. It's like asteroid care.
I do know there were a couple of times when the CSM was given the changes like the day before they gave them to the players, and I mean you can't really blame them for that. And I'm not even really sure that they're to be advocates for us players, but if they don't get the information until pretty much we get the information, you can't really expect them to be. And I don't know, like, what do you like? Are they supposed to fucking throw down, go pick arguments with Guard about why they're not getting the information ahead of time? Because our CSM has a history of leaking, so like giving it to them ahead of time is proven to be really bad. Like allowing the CSM to debate it over the course of the CSM's history has proven to be disastrous. They leak every fucking time.
And I totally agree with you. Some of these things, you know what, they take a few days to kind of flesh out in your mind, or kind of like leak out to a friend of yours and like get some feedback and whatnot. But,
Leak out to a friend of yours, like, hey
Well,
man, what do you think of space harpoons?
yeah, exactly. All right, but like the
Space
idea,
Coon?
but the idea that the way that you're going to nerf the panic is lock onto a
It's not a
fucking
good fix.
asteroid.
I'm like, there's
the
other
entire
good fixes.
room should have sat there and said, oh, "What the fuck is this?"
Rothburn, thanks for the sub. Not sure why the animation didn't show up, but thanks for the sub, man.
I blame it on Jintan. I'm sorry, I
Probably
do.
is his fault actually, but
Well, you know what? I mean, I just throw it out there. It's not really Jintan, but I just like.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I don't think that the solution they put in is in any way elegant or even remotely near the word good. But they put it in, and you're gonna find that that's just kind of a thing now. Like, I think they're gonna.
I feel like you were more
with
aggressive a couple
mining
weeks
platforms.
ago over excavators and like. what
Well,
was
they don't
happening
care.
with-
Like, it's become apparent. Like, I
so you've
can't
given up in the
help
last
them.
2 weeks. In the last 2 weeks, you've said, you know what? I'm just not.
I paid my
gonna argue
subscription for
anymore.
2 years. Like within that last 2
Grath,
years. So
I
like,
think what's happening is Grath isn't a child, and he got his rage out.
yeah, I mean,
Now
like
he's
I'm
accepted
going
it.
to play this video game until they break something that I can't accept. And I have accepted the fact that I am not in charge of what they do with it, and that the core of the gameplay is something that I still enjoy, but I'm just being a realist in the fact that they're not going to necessarily listen. And as they bring in more outside influences from people that are used to micromanaging things, I think you're going to see more stunts like micromanaging microtransactions, as it were. I think you'll see more stunts like this Oracle bullshit happen, where they spike it real hard, get everybody baited on it, ride out an injector spike, and then nerf the ship into the ground. Like, I'm super sketchy about this fucking T3 change coming up. Like, that worries the fuck out of me, and I think they're gonna actually cock up mining platforms pretty hard by not listening to us.
Well, hold on.
because
When you say not listening to us, it cannot be that they have not listened to us because they have not put it out to us to then listen to us.
Sure, they're going to use the standard Citadel model. I'm sure.
Yes,
I'm
they
sure
did.
they're
They
going to
talked-
use
they
it.
talked to the CSM
I haven't. I
in
don't know.
January.
I 100% do not know anything about what they plan to release, but I am surely positive that they're going to use this fucking Citadel model, which has, admittedly longer vulnerability timers for engineering complexes, but moon miners are fight generators. They are
Thank you,
classically
Shingley.
fight generators across.
Shingley,
Huh?
thanks for the sub. Resub 5 months.
Somebody, you said a
Yeah,
name. I'm
yeah.
like, I thought you said, is that me shingling? I'm like, what the fuck is that even
No,
mean?
not you
Any-
shingling.
But like they're fight generators, and so they need to be vulnerable pretty much all the time, but we don't even know how they're really going to work. So they may only be vulnerable when they're in like fucking use or some crazy shit like that, in which case you have to actually swing by while the people are using the thing to get like. I feel like there's a real big danger of killing a fight generator here with crappy. Not to call all Citadel mechanics crappy, but you cannot use a blanket template for all these different structures because moon mining has to function a very specific way to be able to generate the fights that it generates. I'm all about it being like
Have you read any of
bottom
the
up
leaks?
income, but I don't even know
And-
if there are leaks. As far as I know, this
Hold on.
CM
And
says
I'm
didn't
not
leak.
ta- No, not CSM leaks. These are leaks that apparently came from fucking RSS feeds or other
Yeah,
things
yeah,
out
I
there
saw 'em pop
where
up
they're talking
already,
about
I
like
think, though.
moons
I saw 'em
and
popped
like
up already. I
Rorquals
just
being involved with crazy
again,
shit.
I'm
that
just
break-
because I'm
break an
I'm
egg
just
and then
accepting
crack
of the video
yolk.
game company that I've been playing video games for a long time. They are creatures of habit, and I don't feel like they're going to break their habits with this particular structure.
But you did sub for 2
Jeremy,
years.
do you want us to do a
characters.
sip
Yeah,
or a
for
normal
sure. I mean,
drink,
like,
or do you want us to do a
I'm
shot?
100% intent on
Hey,
playing Neat.
it's-
I love
it's
playing Neat. I broke the 200 million skill
You
point.
know that, right? It's that
Yeah, bro.
obligatory timeline where you stop being so fucking serious.
Oh,
Uh,
Wait, Grath, what'd you say?
You can say that, but you know that the Open Comm show on Friday nights, we own the fucking night. We are like the fucking night stalkers of goddamn Imperial News Network.
And
Right?
shots,
So take a
two
shot.
shots.
All right, fine. We can do a shot.
See, me and Jay McClain are on the same page in our safe space.
Anyway, Grath, that made me really happy
That's
to know
my
you're
trigger,
going to
buddy.
play for at least 2, or at least a year on 2 accounts. Or no, 2
No,
years.
it's 2 years on 3 accounts. Like
Oh.
I subbed all my accounts, my Titan, my Super, my main, like all that shit. I just
My shit's
somebody
out there right
quit.
now at
like
19
okay,
months.
so
I mean,
one time somebody quit and they gave me 100 billion ISK, and they said do something nice for the corp, and so I bought everybody in the corp a dread that didn't have a dread. All those people got
100
purged for
million?
activity.
was I
except
not
for
in your
Eve.
corporate?
100
Did you say
billion.
it? Oh, 100 billion.
No.
I was like, how the fuck did you buy dreads for that?
Yeah.
cheap?
So I actually ended up spending like 40 billion of my own money doing that when I did it to make sure I covered everybody in the whole corp, and like all those fucking people quit and went inactive. So this time when somebody quit and gave me 140 billion, I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the best thing I can do for my corp. I'm stubbing my accounts for 2 fucking years,
There you go.
and that'll be the end of it. Like
That's
probably the best.
thing
That
you can
is
do
the-
for your corp.
That is the key player. If he's around,
I'm locking myself into the fucking
Strap yourself in.
magistrate of this court for the next fucking 2 years.
McLean,
If I make 2 years without a heart attack or a stroke, we'll fucking look at.
You know,
another
there's a
2
lot of
years.
us
It'll
out
be
there
fine.
who are like, you know what, Tara
Yeah.
Reid needs to, supersede you at some point. That you need to go, you know what, all I want to do is be a player, and Tara Reid
What?
needs to like step into the role.
McLean,
Yeah, that's fine.
McLean and
Be
Pork
nice
Butt.
to him.
McLean and Pork Butt donates $3. Says that they're getting married. Send them ISK for congratulations.
Well, they've
Congrats.
been sharing it.
They-
They've been
they
sharing
do.
that screen the whole
Yeah.
time.
Good couple.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
give
you two actually make a good
Jason
couple.
benefits because the VA sucks so much.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
the ISK for the kids?
Which
Yeah,
one? Which one's the
we're gonna
I
masculine?
don't
Like,
think they can have
ISK
kids.
for
these
we're gonna do
days.
ISK for
They can
Tito's.
adopt, Rain.
For every billion.
We just
ISK
want to be able to adopt.
For every
Yeah.
billion ISK, I'm gonna buy a bottle of Tito's to support them and make sure that they don't go bankrupt.
well, I'm gonna guess that Pork Butt is the masculine one because he's got a bigger beard and Jay's hair looks very pretty right now.
Have you noticed how Pork
No,
Butt and
Pork
Jay
Butt's the
McClane
bearded
have
lady.
the
Do you know
inverse
how
of each other's
do you know how
hairstyles?
big Jay is? I mean, Jay's a big dude.
I mean,
Like,
we can't
Don't
really
know.
talk about that on stream.
Have
Jay-
you ever measured
Jay-
Service.
He's talking
Jay's the
about
big
muscle
spoon.
mass, right?
I've seen
Come on.
Pork Butt and Jay.
Oh,
and
Get
they'll
your head
couple
out of the
quite
gutter.
We're not talking about endowment.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Easy,
asteroids.
Right.
Yeah,
Rain.
you know what? If you would like to send me a billion ISK, I'll buy more Tito's for the kids.
Tito's for the kids?
Well, no, like I'll drink it for the kids. 'cause
Oh,
they get-
I
Yeah,
thought you were getting
like
Tito's for the
fucking-
kids. I was like, this is
Because
something I
they
can get
can't drink
behind. I'll
Tito's
give you some
yet.
money.
I'll drink Tito's for the
Like
Oh my
tossing
God.
it back.
Next year, Tito's for the kids. And in fact, CCP, hey, why don't you guys all fucking crank in and call
Yeah.
it Tito's 4 next year? Next year, Jidda gets renamed Tito's.
Well, we could propose it to Tito's
aids your-
themselves. Like, I mean, just imagine their reaction to the email. Like, hey, we're proposing to do a Tito's for kids
wait a
donation
second.
drive.
Could you
And
imagine?
they would
could you
jump
imagine
all
if
over
they
it.
Struck a deal.
We
if they
actually
struck a
got-
deal with Tito's to call it, instead of Jidda, it was Tito's, and it was like
We actually got
you know,
a pretty good question in the chat.
Burn
from,
Tito's.
Yeah.
Jay Delacrosse. Have any of the CSM leaks been devastating to the game?
I don't think we've had leaks this year.
would we ever
year
know?
Or like ever? This year?
No,
or
it
ever?
wasn't
it doesn't
devastating to the game.
specify-
It was devastating to the CSM's reputation for sure, though. Like last year, it was just a fucking torrent. Like no, it wasn't last year. It was the year before last year. Like I don't even think last year was quite as bad as the year before. Whatever
You
year
don't mean the
fucking Manny
current
was on
year.
it. It was
You
just
don't mean the
another
number.
person after another person.
Wait,
I
what,
don't
what,
fucking
what
remember.
number
Which one was
it?
Manny on?
Grant doesn't
10.
know the number. 10.
He's on 10.
That
one.
motherfucker was the reincarnation.
He
of the
said
Titanic.
ever. So going all the way back.
Yeah, there have been some bad ones before. I mean, he wasn't the first, but that was a pretty.
Nor will he.
He
be
wasn't the
last.
first, but he wasn't the first one in that CSM to be ejected for leaking or
Nope.
accused of leaking. Like it was just a fucking one
There are
after
people-
another
there are
after
people that
another.
CSM
Yeah.
that like nobody remembers. And shit, was it like Marlona Sky? Who who the fuck was that person that year who was like they kind of fucking disappeared because like shit happened.
Oh, that fucking retard. Yeah, he's like,
No,
oh,
man.
somebody
Oh,
fucking
shit.
put a
No,
bee
fuck
sticker
this.
on my niece's backpack at school. And I'm like,
Oh,
bro, that's
yeah.
like a offense
My
they send
new
motherfuckers to
man.
jail for. And like, if you think that actually happened, there should be like a fucking police report or some shit somewhere. Because if a motherfucker stalks your 8-year-old niece at her goddamn private school and gives her a fucking bee sticker, you beat his ass and put him in jail. Like, that's what the cops
Yeah, you
near
don't
the
mess
private
with
school are going
people's
to do.
kids through a video game. Fuck that.
Was that true? Was it? Would it turn out to be true?
I don't think it was true because he refused absolutely 100% to ever release any information like about like I mean I would have taken like a mostly redacted fucking police report, anything at all. If that actually happened, that's offensive, right? You don't go after somebody's fucking little girl. Like that's somebody's kid somewhere.
Yeah.
And like
Goons
that shit's
themselves would
offensive as
clamp
fuck.
down on
Like,
that.
yeah,
I
I would.
think
I don't
people
know
are
if they
really
would or not,
fucking
but I
weird.
like. It's not that shit ain't funny. Like if you want to stick a bee sticker on his car or some shit like that, that's kind of funny. You know what I'm saying? Like leave one on his front door. Okay, that's creepy as fuck, but still kind of funny. But you don't fuck with little kids.
Pork butt, you were a goon. You guys wouldn't have done that, would you?
What? Have fun? No.
Why are you?
fun?
Why are you
That's
throwing
fun?
Why are you throwing that out at fucking Pork, man? That guy only wants to have a fucking pulled pork sandwich.
Pork
and
butt's
shit.
a good person.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, no,
yeah.
of all the goons I've ever met, he's the most transparent.
Dirk, drink.
Wait, I'm not transparent?
Hold on, I'm just warming
Yeah,
up
what the
right
fuck?
now, man.
You're
I'm telling you
translucent.
Right now. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh, yeah, well,
Fireball,
that's true.
fireball. I am only.
I get
gonna-
sunburned by the
You're
moon.
like,
Ah.
Dirk, you're
I
like
am calling
you're like
for
a
none of you.
freshman. You're
None
like
of
a
you.
freshman college girl, and like I don't really want to be holding your hair while you're vomiting and trying to call your ex, but I have a feeling that's where we're gonna end up tonight.
Baby girl, however this works out is how it was meant to work out, okay? And right now I'm calling for none of you to do a shot, but I do need to clear
Oh,
my
shit.
fucking palate with some fireball.
Let's all do a shot though. Why not?
Alright, so like
If you guys want to do one in communal, it's like fine.
Look,
Like
live
I'm
together,
not
die
calling for
together.
it.
We've
I'll
been
do
doing
this on my
shots.
own.
You guys
I
need
just
to
want to have a
start-
fucking
you
flavor taste.
need to start pouring like whole drinks.
We've
here,
been drinking
'cause
all day.
You're
We've been
fucking
drinking?
behind on the times today. But no, like I had,
Oh,
like,
shit,
I
Dirk's
had a
going
pork
after
sandwich
Dirk.
earlier. I had this really fucking
Oh,
awesome
no.
meatball
Meatballs,
sandwich.
man. We had meatballs.
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah. And
No,
let
I'm
me tell
actually
you,
I'm
like,
actually trying to hold this together. I'm gonna
meatballs
be straight.
are fucking
Meatballs.
legit. Like a really
Alright.
good homemade meatball.
Is that a
with, like,
sub?
Sauce.
Is that a meatball sub?
It was a meatball panini, motherfucker. Get on my
No,
level.
I'm wondering what Dirk
It was
has in
like-
his hands
Dirk-
right
Alright.
now.
Oh,
Look,
Dirk's
look.
melted.
Look,
I'm getting
Wednesday,
so fucking hungry.
Wednesday was a difficult day for all of us. It was day without a woman. Okay, my wife was not into that.
Sounds
shit,
like
and
every
her
day
and
for
I
me.
banged hardcore, but
Oh.
however,
Wah, wah.
for some of you out there, like their wife may have been like, hey, look, today's my day off, or all that kind of shit.
That'd be fucked up.
However, yesterday was National Meatball Day in the United States. And while we're one day behind, I'm sorry. I went with a full fucking meatball sub. This will be the fucking after show tonight. I will fucking deep throat this bitch. It's like whatever. Because you know what? Meatballs are important. They're part of like kind of the immigrant nation that we've grown up with here in the United States. And they come with a sub.
Hey, I should say, Shingley here says, if that happened, Goon, if that was real, that a goon actually put a sticker on some little girl.
I couldn't even carry on with that.
Yeah. That's why I'm saving it.
Thanks, Matterall.
You know what? I'm done.
That
being
would
your
never
fucking, your fucking goon swarm apologist here. Okay, I'm a person. My name is Pork Butt.
He's got feelings.
And I like fucking sandwiches. Okay, so if you got a problem with that, like, just come to my house like Jay McClain did and throw it down with me.
Say it to my
motherfucker.
face.
We
Throw
got
down a
Say
meatball.
it to my
Say that shit
face.
to my face.
we got
Say it to
another.
my face. LA.
None of you have had the authority to say it to my face tonight. The authority
Dirk,
was
we
never
have
bestowed
22
upon you.
minutes left. Can we talk
I don't
about the
need
shit
your
you wanna
authority.
talk
Hold on,
about?
hold on.
Who's
We-
coming on after us?
We got another $3
Do you
donation.
seriously not know?
Oh my god!
It's drunk
It's drunk
Canadian. It's like every
Canadian.
night.
You've
Night.
been me for
And I'm
like
gonna tell you
ever.
right now, if the ratings are high at the time that guy goes on, he's gonna be like, "Fuck it, carrying it."
We got another donation
Am
from Pork Butt and Jay McClain. They say, day without women, no problem.
No, I'm gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
honest. I mean, look.
And high
All
five.
the PJ.
Oh, yeah, it's very nice.
A day a day without women, would be awful unless your wife was like a scab like mine. She's like fuck it, I'm breaking the line. Okay.
Wouldn't it be funny if like the Eve population spiked on that day?
It did.
It's
it
okay.
did. There were
That's
way
pretty-
more female characters that logged
That is
into Eve
terrible,
that day.
Dave. How dare you?
I was thinking, it's your right to protest, though. Like, if you want to, fine.
Of course.
If, it's not effective, but like, if you want to, that's fine. You know?
Not effective.
My
It's
lower
not
paid,
effective.
my
Well,
lower
shit,
paid
like,
female all logged
McLean
in that
forgets
day
that
and
like
said, "Hey,
somebody
I'm
has
here."
to hold the push to talk keys, so like we lose like half the shit that we say. We're coming out with great shit. Over
I
here.
had,
It's like
I had in
With
my
money.
Kingdom.
I had in my corp, okay,
Riffing. We are-
an alt of mine who chose not to log in that day, but she didn't tell me the day before that she wasn't logging in. You know what? She got fucking cut. She got fucking booted
cut.
because I can no longer count on her when it fucking matters. If she had told me the day before, all I want is to have tomorrow off, I would have been like, yeah, fine, baby, go. This was an alt of mine. This was an alt. You think I'm not gonna fucking hold that
You
out
give,
there into other court members?
Yeah. Do you give maternity leave to your minors?
I do. Minors get maternity leave right now. Actually, I
What about
cut that back a little
paternity
while ago when prices.
Yeah.
Of,
What about
minerals
paternity
went
leave?
down.
What about paternity leave, Dirk? I
No.
thought it was.
No.
No, so you're
Paternity
cutting
leave
out
is right.
96% of the
Hey,
population.
Thanks for hosting us, Micro Bexel.
Woo, look at that.
20 minutes left to go.
You can do it.
I didn't mean to interrupt you guys. I just was giving a
However,
shout out.
Yeah, now you guys.
Well, Jay McClain, you have to hold the push to talk button down when you talk.
Hey, is that Scooter
Hey, man,
McCabe
I'm gonna
out there?
hold you down when I talk.
Well,
Watch
No,
it.
that's
Is
Jay
that-
McLeod.
Is that Scooter McLoads? Is that Scooter McCabe? Because
Scooter
McLoads.
McLoads? You mean Shooter
Alright.
McLoads or Scooter McCabe?
Oh, okay. never
God,
mind. I thought so.
Matterall, do you
Scooter
even, like, know
McLoads.
these
That's like
people?
that's a hybrid.
Jesus, Matterall, you're the sober one here. Jesus Christ.
We're trying to raise money for Tito's.
Take your scarf off. I think you're
Tito's for
suffocating.
kids. If you want
I need
to
old
make
man
sure that all the
glasses.
kids get
Oh my
on
god.
Tito's,
Oh my god.
please
Oh
give
my
us
The
god.
Magoo.
money.
Thank you, Pork Butt. Thank you, Pork Butt, for the reminder. You know what? Last week I talked about the fact that next week, Leprechaun Day, fucking St. Patrick's Day,
Oh my
that
god.
that we have other
That's the
motherfucking
celebration
holidays.
of me and McLean's people.
Do you know what even I did not know? Is that the 20th anniversary
Yeah,
of
eat it,
Tito's
Matterall.
vodka.
Our people get our own day.
Of Tito's vodka? He's got fucking Cinco de Mayo.
We got Cinco de
coming soon.
Mayo.
You
But
guys
that's an
have 2
American
days.
thing.
That's a
Cinco de Mayo
Corona
is pretty
fucking
good.
Wait, no,
Hallmark
wait.
holiday. The 20th anniversary of Tito's vodka is coming up in April. Okay, I'm trying to find out what the actual corporate fucking holidays. so
I
can
saw
get
you
as
tweet
close
it
to the
twice
Friday
and they
that
didn't
matters.
answer you.
I know, and they follow me. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, fucking chime in here, Tito. It's like
Timo.
Yeah,
no, not
Oh,
Timo. Timo's from Sweden. No, Timo's from Sweden. However,
I don't know who
However,
like,
sometime in
sit down
April,
with them.
we're gonna have a fucking Tito's 20th anniversary edition of this motherfucking show, where the only thing you can drink that night is Tito's.
Yep. We will actually kick you out of TeamSpeak if you don't have it.
Yep. If you're not
Yep.
in fucking
Yep.
TeamSpeak, if you're not in fucking Skype,
I saw Paul
drinking
Sullivan,
Tito's.
Drunk
I don't give a
Canadian's
shit if you're
face
fucking
scrunch.
sipping or shooting or whatever. But you know what? That
I
night will
released
be
your
a
identity.
Pure Tito's fucking
You
night.
motherfucker.
Damn.
And there ain't no fucking mid-show going, oh, I ran out. It's like, you know what? Get out to your goddamn fucking liquor store and goddamn buy yourself a backup.
God damn.
Just saying. But 20th anniversary. I'm going to tell you right now, this show has been part of at least, I don't know, what, like 3 or 4 of them? We came in late, but earlier than, like, I don't know, the shows that are sponsored by Smirnoff.
So can we ask Grath about his collision with
God,
Rick
Matterall,
Stokes?
what are you doing?
I want to know, like,
Matterall wants
You're
to
trying to
blame
keep the
it
show
here.
on
He wants
topic.
to lay
It's
it off
after
on
10:30. It's time to go off.
He wants to
this
lay
is
it
totally
off
off
on open
topic.
comms.
This was actually like we're not
He
going
wants
to talk
lay it
about
off
this.
on open comms. He wants to lay it off on open comms, and it's like, that's cool, bro. You know what? Matterall, you and me, man. We're like Kimosabi and
I get to be the
I
Lone
have
Ranger.
zero problem talking.
You're
about
like
it.
Mandela in
That's
jail.
your
I would if it was
audience.
Right.
Your
Graf.
audience will not like my response.
If somebody were sensitive about it, then I wouldn't. But I don't think Graf is like,
I
and
want to
that's-
have.
Yeah, I don't
I
mind.
want to
I
have
just
an
don't
Oprah
know.
moment. I want to have an Oprah
I don't-
moment. Okay, with my man Grath here. Okay, it's me and Grath Cruz sitting on a fucking couch.
Remember,
Okay.
Remember, if you start this, I'm not responsible. I won't swear.
No.
I won't.
No, you can
I
swear.
won't say
There's
any
a few
racist words,
select
but I'm not
words you
gonna hold
can't
back.
say.
Oh,
Right.
But
because I'm gonna be honest. From the time that you came on tonight, all right, you've been more fucking laid back. More.
I feel
like-
good. I got you don't know. This was pretty cathartic. Actually, I've wanted to tell this guy he's a piece of shit for a little bit, and since he put up that thread, and I'm just kind of not because I've not anywhere seen directly that he and just that morning I just unloaded on him, and then it's all these people put me on these weird pedestals or make me into some shit that I'm just not, honestly, and I don't
Are
give
you
a fuck
not?
what any
Are
of
you
you
not?
think.
Are you not,
tell him,
Brad?
I'm not a fucking what is it? Fuck, damn it, I fucking lost it.
get out of here,
Okay,
Don English.
whatever it
Thanks,
is, I'm
shut
not
up.
that either. I don't want to be your anyway. So it was really good because people are oh, you really act like that? Yeah, I really fucking act like that. If you walked up to me and got
Tell him
belligerent
I'm
in my
not your
fucking
role
face,
model, Grath.
I'd open-handed smack you in the fucking face like a bitch just to see if we could get that's the kind of person I'm just not gonna take that shit from anybody.
I think the Eve meet in
Need more
Iceland
fighting.
and the Eve meet in Vegas, they need some boxing. We should have some.
Well,
Eve players,
it's just
fucking
absurd that you
fighting. We
Yeah,
fucking
okay, so
dope.
this is how this goes down, right? This dude has a pattern of social abuse. He leeches on the people around him, and I'm willing to bet this has been a pattern of behavior for this motherfucker for a long time, right? Because the court system does not do to you what has been done to him unless you give them cause. Viper Shizzle actually came on comms tonight, and he is aware. As soon as I said something about this, he said, "What did you talk about him beating his wife?" The way he's been fucked by the family court, there's no conclusion for anybody that's ever been in the legal system to draw other than the fact that he is a dirty, greasy motherfucker, and that's why he's got this dick all the way up his ass right now.
Well,
So
let's not get too
he begged the
personal
computer
here, Graf.
off the Eve community because he needed a
that's
fucking
lot.
job, right? He went to Eve Vegas last year without that's not free. That
No, he
shit
did
don't,
not.
if
No,
you go
he
to
did
if you go to a
not. He did
fucking
not
meet,
go
these
to
things
Eve
cost
Vegas
fucking
last
money.
year. He did not go to Eve
Okay, but
Vegas
wasn't
last
that
year.
his plan? Wasn't that his actual plan?
No, there were times
Can
across.
I chime in?
Well, no. Well, just,
I don't understand
No.
why it's okay to personally attack anyone unless you've actually met them. And having been attacked for 100% false things about my real life, I
Have you
don't
begged
understand why.
$13,000 off the community to repair damage to your own real life?
According to people, I have taken money from others. According to random people who've never met me, think I've actually taken money from others. So I don't know why,
Right, but I don't have to
like
think
him,
he's
but
taking other people's money.
but
I've got the
no, I just don't
GoFundMe pages
understand
to
why-
prove it.
I
I've
just don't
seen it.
understand why people think it's okay to bring in real life in a non-real life situation.
Because he's a fucking vampire feeding off the goddamn community.
Plenty of people who I legitimately know are pieces of fucking scum, but I don't call them out in public. I don't say I've actually said.
Yeah,
shit to them in
okay, well
private,
you're not
but,
me, are you?
No, but I
Right?
just don't get
You're
why
not me
it's
though,
okay.
right? But I do. Because it
I
is
don't get why
okay.
that's okay.
Because those people exist because people like you exist.
What do you mean?
No, that's
You
not true.
allow
That's not
people
true.
like
That's
that
not
to
true.
I do
exist
not enable
because you will
anyone to
not
do that.
point
No,
out
I don't enable
what they are
anyone.
doing to the people around them, right? It allows them to exist. If you make the place that they exist untenable for them to be in, they will go the fuck away and stop preying on those people.
No,
This
because those people
cocksucker,
still exist.
this cocksucker got $9,000 to pay a fucking court order to get his ass out of fucking jail.
Okay.
Right? For not paying a court-ordered settlement that's been 3 years in the making. What does
But
the Eve
3
community
years-
need to
3 years in the-
how do you
3
how do
years
you
in the
let
making,
something
when
like
you're
that? Like
talking-
if that was somebody that did that to your family or something like that, you wouldn't be offended by that?
No.
If they were
it depends on the fucking
wouldn't?
situation. Quite honestly.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
See, that's the thing. I don't know
No.
his real life. I don't know anyone's real life.
I don't care.
I know
This
barely anyone's real
conversation
life, but I have also been
I don't care.
attacked for supposedly taking money from people.
Not supposedly. Not
Don't make me
supposedly.
No,
There
I
are
have
actual
been
totals.
attacked, Draft, and you fucking know it for supposedly taking money when I have never taken a fucking.
I
dime
don't
from
know
this
if you've
community.
been. I don't
Yes,
know if
you
you've ever
fucking
been.
do,
I
Draft, and you
don't know if you've ever been attacked. I mean, I don't fucking follow you that heavily to know that you've been attacked. But this
Oh,
dude
really? Because
didn't.
there are plenty of Reddit threads about it. There are
Thi-
plenty of people
Some
who
can be
hate me for
solved
no
and some
goddamn
can't.
reason.
This
So
dude
that's
did
why I
not
don't stand
supposedly
it. That's why I don't
take
stand
money,
it.
Rain.
Time out.
You
Oh,
say you
call
know
a
for a
timeout.
fact
I
that
will
he took
literally
that,
call management
but
timeout
people
right
try
now.
to claim the same shit to me. So that is why I think it's okay to attack people's
Drayden-
personal
Drayden-
lives.
Drayden 5, 4. I'm calling management timeout right now. Here's the fucking thing, right? I know. Thank you for fronting the fucking Tito's bottle up there, pork butt. But you know what? You guys in your fucking aviator glasses, just chill for one moment, all right?
It's all right for
Come
the
on.
discussion to go through. Like, I mean,
Hold on.
if
Y'all
it's
know-
not
y'all
prejudice
know right
talk,
now
if
we're
it's
in
not
the
prejudice
fucking
talk,
dirt-
like
after
it's okay
dirt
on
hours.
Twitch. So like we can have a discussion.
No, we can have
Yeah.
a fucking discussion.
We can go
Here-
to maximum overdrive.
Oh, we fucking can, but you know what? The crazy thing is, Dirk ain't fucking there right now. Dirk happens or he does not happen. All right. However, we fucking need to chill back here for a
It makes
fucking
me
moment.
sad.
Address these fucking issues on a fucking issue by issue fucking basis. All right.
No, dude,
We-
that's what therapy's for. Let's just have fun and entertain.
No,
the
no,
viewers.
no. Believe me. This motherfucking therapy can get goddamn entertaining. All right. I'm gonna say this, Graf. You know I fucking love you. Okay, I fucking do. Okay, Rix. I fucking love him too. I love what he fucking does out there artistically within the community and shit like that. Okay, I lived through this shit with the fucking Imperium thing about a fucking year ago after that whole Kickstarter thing, and fucking Scion wrote some stuff out there and labeled Rix's name, and Rix reacted the wrong fucking way. Okay, and it, like all kinds of grindy shit motherfucking happened. But there's some shit that got wrong in this one. Okay. There was a fucking article written by Reza about Losec. Rix responded to it regarding the fucking article
I already told you it was the first time I've seen him talk since.
hold on. Well, you know what? If you're out on fucking Twitter engaging him on Twitter like 20 minutes fucking later, hold on just one sec, all right? He responded to him there, and your initial response was a fucking bolt of 16 fucking inch guns
Sure.
off the fucking side of the jersey into personal life stuff.
Sure.
I mean,
Sadist things for the
you
$3.
say sure, but it's like,
I would have asked him the same thing if he had been standing right in front of me.
and I know you
Like-
would have. I know you would have, because I swear to fucking God, for those people out on Reddit, who don't realize, Graf is one of the few people in this game who legitimately keeps it as real as he is. And if you want to sit there and be like, oh, well, man, if he's real as he is, he's a fucking psycho. Look, who gives a shit, okay? You know what? Keeps it real.
I don't think Grath is psycho though. Like I've met him in
No,
real
he's
life. I
not.
100%
He's not.
trust him. Like I don't see why people like jump to that. Like sure, he
He
comes
may
off
have
as
had
aggressive
this shit
online,
pent up.
but like that's not any sort of like.
He
you know,
may have
I
had
think
this
this is
shit pent up, okay? But the fact of the matter is that, you know what? Look, you fucking unleashed on something on a personal basis, okay?
Hold on, it's not just personal. I mean, you're totally ignoring the fact that he came into this, bringing his issues into this sphere of the community. It's not like Grath went digging into his life to pull something out that wasn't already there. Is there a difference? I don't know. It's like,
I feel
there
like
is-
I feel
if
like
you put your shit out there in public, it's on the internet, then it's out there on
You
the
did
internet.
put your
it's
shit
in
on
public.
blast.
Yeah,
I've
so
been
Rick-
I've been
Rick-
playing video games
I mean,
with
Space
Rix
Police
for
have been
years
going
and years
after
and
me for
years.
years,
I've
and that shit
never
just is
spoke
common
to this
sense.
dude. I've never had a problem with him. I've never. So when he got the computer off of him, I dislike that. Sword Dragon got a computer off of his alliance too. I think that's greasy. I would never ask the members for money for anything. Like, I will always try and find
However, if you
another
guys
way.
would
Like,
like to donate
they
to
tried
the
to.
shot right now,
I have a
feel free.
Patreon, by the way. Just in
Yeah,
case
they
you wanted
they
to-
tried to like they one time they tried to fly me to FanFest. It didn't really work out, and like I felt like absolutely wretched about it, and I would never like that's just the way I am particularly. But he asked for the computer, and that's fine. He did that publicly. He publicly put himself out there as far as what his problems were. Okay, now I understand that. I was out of work for 8 years. I'm a carpenter, and I lived in Baltimore. There was no work. So
Do you blame?
like sometimes I would, you do jobs that you got to pay bills, man. Bills got to get paid. So you do whatever job you can acquire at the time to get the job done. That's how fucking poor people everywhere struggle through life pretty much every fucking day. Whereas evidently the rich people start a fucking GoFundMe account and get themselves a $4,000 computer or whatever. I don't know if that's right or wrong. I feel like it might be wrong, but when it came around to this next thing,
why
that
does
he
that
put
matter
in public,
to you? What other people are
public.
willing to fucking do for somebody else? How
Okay,
does it
so and that's
impact
why
your
and that's
life
why
if
at that
other
point in
people
time
are
that was
willing
over the
to do
summer,
that?
right? And I didn't really like. I don't feel like it's necessarily my place, but if you've been through family courts, right? The entire idea and the holes that are present in the fucking sob story that was posted on Reddit to get this guy $9,000 out of our community is horseshit. It's fucking horseshit. I don't need to know the guy to know that he has not only misrepresented the story, but preyed on people's liking of him and emotions to get himself out of a really shitty situation that he 100% deserves to be in. I don't need to know anything more besides what he's not telling you. Like, you understand the courts issued a judgment against him, right? For a company that didn't exist anymore. And like now they go through and change the judgment when he files for bankruptcy to shield the judgment from that. It's fucking him. They are holding him down and making sure he bites the fucking pillow. He did something to deserve this. He's not telling you what it is. They don't just fucking go out and grab random dudes with divorces and be like, bite the pillow, motherfucker. That's not how it works.
Here's the question, Grab.
Whatever it is that we are not being told is the part that offends you the most. And like he put it in public. I didn't ask to know it.
Ultimately, why bring this upon yourself to like represent it for like the rest of the community who is apparently ignorant?
I actually absolutely didn't. That was all this exchange was directly between me and him. This is my fucking business. I didn't fucking ask. Like I didn't ask to represent the community on it. Like I spoke directly to this guy. We might have done it in public. I don't give a fuck.
For all the reasons that may have,
parking lot, church pew. It doesn't matter. Like why does it have to be related to the whole Eve community? Like why would you even relate it in that way? This is a discussion between me and Rix. I think Rix is a piece of shit.
You pulled it up in the Eve community on the CZ article, right? Like that. Like
I mean we're already in public.
DM'd
Like
him-
his life is already public. I don't care if we like.
But why? Why does it fucking matter? If they're we all know that
Because he's a piece of shit. There are people in this community that actually need stuff, right? Like fuck that guy.
Time out. Before we actually get into the whole idea of whether or not
cocksucker.
he's a piece of
Beach
shit
motherfucker.
or like all that. There are people out there. They get taken by shit all the time. They get taken by like
evidently
way lesser things all the fucking time.
$9,600. Fuck.
Yeah,
Why?
I just don't understand why like
all of a
bringing
sudden
real
on
life
a
into
low
it.
sec article jump all over this shit?
Is the first time I have seen him anywhere where I was directly reading and he was one of the first posts in the comment section, and I saw him and he was being obtuse and belligerent and dumb shit like that. And he has a fucking habit of every time after he gets the fucking money he needs, he goes on bragging about dumb shit. Like, you fucking no humble motherfucker. I swear to fucking God, what a piece of giant shit. Like, every time he's gotten money directly afterwards, he's got some post somewhere where he's bragging about, like, I can't believe anybody would even defend this fucking dirtbag human being.
Well, obviously there was pent up stuff there, right? And that's why the counter was so disproportional, I think, or disproportionate to something that was said. This article comes out, it critiques LowSec is going away or whatever, and so Rick says, you guys need to evolve, stop crying about it, which is kind of
think about it like this. Let me help Dirk here. Dirk, this guy did some dirty shit in the
help Matterall.
neighborhood. This guy did some dirty shit in the neighborhood, and the first fucking place I saw him was the goddamn checkout line in the grocery store. And I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fucking have him right there in the goddamn grocery store line.
I'm
I
gonna
don't.
be honest. Look, dude. I fucking know you're fucking serious when
you would fight in church.
Okay,
It's not. Yeah,
number one. Your fucking quote last night. There was one quote. I went through fucking Reddit at 4 a.m. in the morning. Believe me, it was fucking hard.
I know you
had
poked
to,
me when you got
Yeah,
to it.
exactly. For some reason, you
why
were
are you
eating some sausage fucking sandwich or bacon shit or whatever. Okay, and it's like, you know what? I am reading this shit right now. There was one great motherfucking quote from you that I'm gonna paraphrase because I actually can't be bothered to go out and find it. And you're like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I am white trash. I'll throw it down in a church. Which is literally gonna be part of my bio by tomorrow morning. Okay, because I think that is one of the funniest motherfucking hardcore statements ever. All right. However, why? Why this? Why throw your shit out there over this? Look, I threw my shit out there over this, over something way less. Like what weird fucking game are we playing on?
It wasn't about LoSec
show.
Why
was this the thing that you were willing to say? You know what?
Like I said,
I am gonna fucking stand
I just saw him
on
at a
this
grocery
fucking
checkout line.
thing.
It's the first time I've seen him. What? I'm not standing on anything. Like literally, this is the first time I've been in the same general area at the same general time he is in a place that I feel like I can converse with him. I didn't even know I do not follow him on Twitter. He has now blocked me on Twitter, but he was evidently a Twitter follower. I was fucking completely unaware of it, or I probably told him he was a piece of shit right there. Like, this is the first place I had been where I knew he was. When I get to the bottom of the article, his comment was like 2 minutes old, and I just instantly I posted, and that was it. And then he posted, and then I posted, and then he was like, "Say it to my face."
What fucking brought you to that fucking place?
He's a piece of shit. What do you mean? What brought me to it? He's a piece of shit.
Okay, fine. I get that. Like, you may harbor that inside, but where you're like, oh man, this guy's talking about fucking LoSec. I mean, like, literally nobody cares so much about LoSec.
Have you never walked up to somebody and said, "Hold my beer," and then punched them in the mouth?
Oh, I know.
Not the same guy holding the beer because it would spill the beer.
We're all a bunch of motherfucking softies. I get it. I totally fucking get it. But why lay your shit? I want to answer my own questions. Why lay your shit out
You
there
tell
when
me
you're
what
fucking-
you want to hear
Because
since
my
I've given
dick
you
is
my
meant
answer and
to
you
be
keep
laid
asking me
out.
the question.
Look, it's clear that it wasn't about the article at all. It was the first time that he came across him, and he basically dropped
But
him.
how is that possible? Grath is a fucking member of what we'll call the hierarchy of the community.
I don't see him post. I'm not in any channels that this guy's in. Yeah, I don't fucking go anywhere. Where does he?
You were
he
so
posts
into
some
a
fucking
Reza article that you're like, I mean, like, Rez is a great fucking guy, but it's like, you were so into a fucking Reza article that you're like, God damn, now's the time.
No, I just got to the bottom with it and went, oh, look, there's that motherfucker. And that's how it went.
Also, who actually reads comments on like articles and shit?
That's the only thing I read. That's all I read.
Yeah, that's. I actually skip the article, go straight to the
Yeah,
comments.
totally.
And I try to figure out the article from the comments.
You're right.
High five.
The reason I write articles
Very nice.
is to read the fucking comments. It is so good.
Yeah, that's the best
It's
part.
the same on
That's
YouTube.
where you
No
get the
one
real
watches.
info.
It just honestly doesn't make sense.
It's the same as the.
Maybe I'm really
Yeah, it's like YouTube
They're
videos.
so Rain, they're so good. They're so.
No one
good.
watches videos. They look at the comments.
I want to give 3 minutes. 3 minutes to Apothne because I believe that Apothne is the only available voice of reason.
Apothne's been denied. He asked permission. The space police denied him.
No, I know, but like, I feel like only Apothne can relate to the people out there and like
This is
communicate
you gotta
to
understand,
them.
Derek. You're a fan of small government. This is a county matter, and I think you're trying to
You motherfucking
you're trying to exert
Smokey.
some kind of federal
I
standard.
I love
this
the.
is just this is the county police, and we don't want this fucking shit.
I love the
happening
car
on our
ramrod we
roadway.
got going up in the top
Don't
over
you guys
here.
wish you could go back to excavator drones?
You know what,
car
Sherrod, that's the
ramrod.
exact reason why I don't own a gun. Like, I actually do not currently own a firearm because I am aware that I have a temper. And that while me smacking you with my big fucking meat hook in the head might hurt, it's probably going to let you get up and, like, go on with the day tomorrow.
In all
So,
seriousness, you should let Apothne talk because
Oh.
we're done with
We've
this space
deliberated
police.
and we decided.
Go ahead.
okay.
He's
Nice
he's a
glasses.
good taxpaying citizen, so we're going to let him go ahead and have his podium.
Sadly, I don't earn enough money to pay any reasonable amount of tax.
But
But
we'll
still,
get off the county road there,
In America,
motherfucker.
you do.
That's
yes,
a toll
I
road,
think
my man.
if I
I'm
could
sorry.
possibly present the cause of confusion between Rain and Grath and Dirk in a not shouting over each other manner. The confusion between Rain and Grath is that Rain has been an experience of being attacked by people who have said a bunch of shit that's not necessarily true about her. They don't know who she is, they don't know what she's about, and they've just thrown shit at her. and she thus wants to defend Rix, who may have been undergoing the same thing. Grath, on the other hand, believes that he has strong evidence.
She's a woman.
That
She does
Rix...
not have the same standing.
Is he actually commentating this like an AT tournament?
Yeah, no. That's
Okay, good.
So I like where he's going.
I'm trying to give reasons. So, if I may finish. Grath believes he has strong evidence that Rix has been fleecing the EVE community for thousands of dollars, and he thinks that this makes Rix reprehensible scum, which, if he is fleecing the EVE community for $13,000, is, a fairly reasonable assumption to come to. Grath therefore has a loaded chamber of hate that he was ready to unload the next moment he saw Rix on the internet. The next moment he saw Rix on the internet happened to be in the article, and that's when he unloaded that chamber, hence leading to this confusion. Grath, have I summed up the situation accurately?
That's real fucking good, actually.
Yeah, you're mansplaining really well.
That's
Yeah,
fucking.
my God,
That's real
you're
good.
British mansplaining to a bunch of people who are up in U.S. time zone right now. You fucking King George
It is
living
4
motherfucker.
a.m. I've had half a wonderful glass of wine. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Wait, which King
What?
George?
Fuck
The
you,
one
King
that,
George.
the
Go
one
back
that
to
matters
the
at the time of
shove
our
it up your
independence, Drayden. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
fucking Kapow, Pothny for
Oh.
CSM. Are you running again this
Fucking
year or no?
kapow.
No, I decided not to.
I can't even remember who I put in my vote thing. It's part of my fading memory.
I decided that I was too out of touch with the modern meta of EVE to run this year. Compared to
I am
last
going
year.
to say this. I'm going to say
Really?
this. You know what? Before we get off into a motherfucking time where, like, Paul Sullivan, who's off,
Oh
like,
yeah,
right
we're
now
actually
in
5
Canadian
minutes
fucking-
over, but he's not here.
It doesn't
so.
matter. It doesn't matter because, like, if Paul Sullivan can't be in his chair, he can't fucking own it. Okay, it's like a fucking whatever sovereignty shit. All right, I'm gonna say this. I love fucking Grath. Okay, Rix has done what he has done for this fucking community. He has poured his fucking heart out way too much, as far as I'm concerned. But whatever. Apparently, so did I.
There's a
One
difference
night.
between heart and rage, Dirk.
Whatever. If you fucking given up way too much to a goddamn internet
You'd like to
community
think that.
to
They
where
both
can,
live
like,
in the
turn
same
it back
spot,
on
though.
you. Okay. However, Grath, I'm sorry. You stepped over the line initially, and then it escalated. Like, you went nuclear, and then, like, all it was like, how many fucking comets can I bring down on top of all this shit? It was like,
I disagree entirely.
I know. And maybe it's because you know what? I've been here long
Listen to
enough.
me.
I've
The
heard,
words.
I've heard the
Look,
Imperium shit
since
out there about
since
fucking
you were
Rix. I've
4
heard all
years
this stuff.
old, the words "say it to my face" are a physical challenge. Since you were fucking 4, you can't lie and deny that. When someone says "say it to my face,"
Say it
like
to
your
my
mom's
face
fat,
and not
say it to
online,
my
and we'll
face.
see
You
what
remember that from the
happens.
3rd fucking
Dude,
grade, right?
bitch, say it to my online
Yeah,
face.
yeah, like all the way, like
Wait,
since
told
you
you,
were a
Jack.
little
I told
kid.
you.
You have a
Say-
really beautiful ponytail, and I'm gonna say it to your ears.
Except for the mere
Man,
fact.
I got a
except
beard
for-
right now too, pork butt. You
Except
better
for
be
the
fucking
mere fact.
careful.
Look,
We get
It's a
tangled
good
up.
beard.
I totally believe me. I grew up in the fucking generation where "say it to my face" actually fucking meant something. Fucking triple dog dare
You
on
guys
a
that have
goddamn
internet,
icy
what'd
fucking
you
pole.
do? Tell somebody across the room to say it
Exactly.
to your face?
Yes,
to
we
their
did.
face?
That
We left the
motherfucking
house so
kid
we were
with the
significantly
freckles,
healthier.
That motherfucking kid with the freckles carried that fucking message across the room. Okay,
Yo,
except
go
in
tell
this
that
case,
loser to say it to my face.
exactly. Except for in this case, I'm sorry.
Nope.
This began with a comment regarding a low sec fucking story,
Has nothing to do with it.
and you breaking out 16 inches on the bitch.
Thanks for the welfare money, Rix.
Everything else about "say it to my face"
What?
or "can you suck my dick" or "I'll make you beg for ass crack" came after that. That came after the fucking initial salvo.
Well,
Oh,
you
shit, I
know,
gotta
look,
fix the cameras. DC left. I gotta fix the cameras now.
I think you have to. I think you have to
God damn it,
consider,
DC.
like, Dirk and I. We were both part of something called the unveiling of the Olivia scam.
Penis. The
No,
unveiling of
no,
the
we
penis.
were not. No,
No, it wasn't that.
Olivia scam.
Oh,
right?
Olivia. Fuck
Totally
that
different.
bitch.
No,
Dirk,
right.
calm down.
A day without Olivia.
Totally different, but we did it. We knew we were going to take a lot of heat for it because we felt like it was needing to happen to protect people who were giving money, that sort of thing. It may be a different cause. Is there any comparison that can be made, or is this totally separate?
Completely motherfucking different on all goddamn aspects, other
Right.
than
Well,
It's
one was
not-
a very
It's not the original story.
one was very predatory and all that other stuff. And Rick's has actually done a lot of artwork for Eve and
I don't
contributed
give a
lot
shit
of
about
stuff.
that. And,
No,
you know,
it doesn't
look,
count.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. TotalLeave.com. Rick designed that logo. He was kind of part of the fucking Open Comms logo and shit like that. You know, it's like I paid for that and whatnot. That has nothing to do with it. I would literally hang a brother out to dry. Okay, out to fucking dry. If I fucking dealt with him, but thought that he stepped over the line, just like Xander hung me out over the fucking line when I fucking got crazy on New Year's Eve. However,
So you're
Okay.
hanging Grath out on the line. Is that what you're
all
trying
right,
to say?
No.
Look.
He said he would.
Well, in a way, and I'm gonna be honest right now, okay? Right now, the same way that I will hang Trump out to dry because I don't believe he's like true to like the things and all that. I believe
Dirk can
that
think I'm
Graff-
wrong without being right, so that doesn't bother me.
That-
Like him having an
exactly.
opinion doesn't affect me at all. Like
Graff,
he
I
can have an
believe-
opinion.
Graff, I believe, stepped too far for the position that he was in at the moment, right? At the moment. Now he may have had some pent up shit that he felt he needed to get out, just like on New Year's. I felt I needed to get some pent up shit out on BC. I'm gonna be honest. Right now, me and Graff are like, goddamn, bro. Hold on. Whereas I'm looking at it in hindsight, going, dude, you and me, same boat. Okay,
Same-
literally,
same
Our
cyber prison.
Our same fucking slave cyber prison right now is we fucking lashed out at a moment that other people don't get.
I'm
So
okay with
that's
you not
why-
getting it. I will never ask you to get
I
it.
know, but I'm trying
Like-
to help you like you helped
Yeah,
me
but I
that
don't. You're
time.
not like okay, but you're never going to make me feel like what has transpired is in any way wrong, right? Like that's legitimately not going to happen.
But Tara Reid.
I don't know what to do. Like y'all want to fall for Terry shit. That's your business. But
We don't know what that is. Is there a backstory there? Or anyway, you can finish what you're
like I said, he likes to make big posts. But yeah, I mean, like, there's nothing that you can say that will make me feel like what I've done. If I found out you beat your wife, who's a really nice lady, I'd do the same thing to you. Like
Oh my God,
in front of
the entire
everybody as often as possible.
Come down if I beat
Dirk,
my
I
Right,
would murder you
exactly.
if
Like
you beat
I feel like
Exactly.
that's something
I
that
would
should happen.
I'm
literally
pretty
dead
sure
in
if
so
anyone's
many
doing the
directions.
beating in that relationship, it's Mrs. McGregor.
So
I'm pretty
God,
sure
she's
that
got a
violence
swift
against women
hand.
is bad, and we should just all drink Tito's and agree.
yeah.
I'm
I
rolling
just
on Fireball
I'm not
right now,
gonna.
merely from a dentine flavor.
I know people would like me. Like I actually posted exactly that. I know people would like me to feel bad about it, but like I'm kind of smiling, and that might actually make me a psychopath, like more than anything else. But like this to me is fucking hilarious because in my mind, this dude did. I would like to speak to his wife, right, his ex-wife, if we're at all honest, and follow it all
Why?
the way to the end.
Why
Because I
why
want
would
to
you
fucking
have to
know
get
what the
there,
fuck he
though?
did to get fucked that fucking hard. Like if he really wants to put his shit in my
Why
fucking
can't-
face
why can't it
and
just
get
be that
money
the
out of the
fucking
fucking
justice
community,
system of
I
this
feel the
country
fucking
actually
right to
fucks
be able to
people
go
hard?
rifle all the fucking way up his asshole, find out what his goddamn colonoscopy said from his last fucking doctor appointment, if I so choose. Because he put his shit in fucking public. Not me. I didn't put that shit out there. He put his shit in public. So fuck. Now I want to know what the fuck.
But what about Rain? What about this shit she does?
What did she
I
do?
don't know. I like you like so this is the
I don't
thing
know,
she
you
got
were
so butt
crying
blasted at me,
before.
right? She's pretending like there's some
I
big
was just
thing.
trying to throw
Like
it back.
okay, so let's
I was trying
pretend
to get off
let's
topic.
like
I was
let's
trying to
stop.
get
Let's
off
back up.
People try to say that I take money from people when there's no evidence that I ever have, and the truth is that I've never have. But
You know
people
what?
continue. It's
You know
only
what?
been a year
I've
later,
never
and
heard
people
that.
continue
We didn't
to
tell
say
you,
that.
but we have a special guest tonight. We have a special guest tonight who's coming on
Is it you, Dirk?
from last year's FanFest that we want you to have a conversation with while we all listen to.
Okay.
Okay.
Me? Or her?
Well, no.
Is
Like,
it me
she's-
and Grath?
No, it's not. It's not Grath Swan Troll Train 9000.
What?
Anyways, all right. I was totally fucking kidding. It was just a fucking joke.
Jesus.
Oh my god, it's so fucking bad right now.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, Dirk. I'm drunk right now. Jesus.
All right.
Because
So
we tried to
before the
lighten
record,
up the
Rain
show.
didn't take
We
money.
tried to
Guys.
lighten it up.
Yeah, I
That's
never
all right.
heard that you did. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't anything that had ever crossed my plate. And even like okay, so all streamers, right? All streamers take donations, yeah? Like you're a streamer,
No.
so if somebody
Excuse
said,
me? I don't take
don't.
donations.
Okay, well, okay.
I
literally
do.
never have.
I thought
Never?
maybe all. Okay, so there, I'm wrong.
We're taking
a lot of the
donation
other streamers
status?
have
Yeah.
donation goals on their
That's
stream.
my
Like I
trigger
don't watch
buddy.
people play Eve, right? So don't. I'm sorry that if
Some-
you're
some do,
offended that I
some
didn't
don't.
know you
It's-
don't take donations, right?
Yeah,
so that's
I-
new to me.
Triggered.
Yeah, I mean, thanks, Jay.
But
no,
is that
so
what they were
I'm just-
accusing you of doing? Is taking donations, and you were offended
people
by that?
literally think I take money from people, and I don't know why, because I literally never have. But no,
But you
just
understand that a
so-
lot of streamers do.
No, I'm just confused as to why people think like it's okay to attack, say, my personal life, and so I see you attacking Rick's personal life, and I get he talks a little more openly about it, but like that's like me saying like, hey, my mom plays Eve, or you know, I live in Iowa, shit like that, and then people kind of taking it to this extreme where they use it to attack them, and so that's what I don't get.
I
the
would
thing is,
like maybe
look,
if you were like I committed
here's
my
the
mom
problem.
to this really shitty
I
fucking
love-
parents' home so I
I
could get
love
at her
Graf.
money or something
Oh my
like
God,
that might
Marshmallow,
offend me.
where have
Graf
you
But,
is
I
a
mean-
really great interviewee actually. But like I gotta say, like we're all Eve nerds here, and people say a lot of really stupid shit on the internet, and we can get in fights about it all day long. I've backed up and taken bullets from my brother Scion, who has gotten shot at a lot of times. And I'm totally fucking willing to do
Scion.
that.
You know, Scion deserves
But-
shots.
Like, you know, there's got to be a certain point where we just have to all agree, like, we have to just fucking give it up and be like, look, we are in a minority of gamers playing a fucking small game. And
Shot for
it's
Zion.
like, it's just like, why are we not gonna hate? You know, like we're like fucking rappers in like 1989 trying to hate on each other while the art's still growing.
Pork
We don't
butt
need to
is
do that.
That's all I want
Yeah,
to
we
say.
need to get together
And
and say,
I
fuck
want
this
to bring
space
this back to
Straight up from the underground.
Pork
you know,
butt's like the dude right
Exactly.
now. The dude
I wanna-
abides.
I want to bring this back right now to Jeff Rader and what he had, what he had to say in 2000. I think it was 13. What? Can we all just fucking nomad, bro?
I don't
and
play
some
Shiv.
chivalry.
Well, like, here's the thing. It's like I think a lot of people express.
Can we
themselves,
not fucking
like,
kill on Tupac just because fucking Biggie got
you can
shot?
you can be supremely
late.
savage, and I think like Graf, he's a fucking awesome dude because he will tell you what is exactly on his mind, no filter. And there are not a lot of people. There are not enough people in this world who will do that.
100% agree.
I think that has a lot of value. But there are certain cases where like some people might not realize what they're putting out there, and you can savagely chop their legs off for it, and they might learn that lesson. But the truth is like if they've already reached that point of putting it out there in the first place, they might not have learned that lesson to begin with. And so I think we really gotta
And
like,
why
kind of
we-
be mindful, you know.
And why do we throw this shit out there among like those of us who are in a would you throw this shit out there against anybody, Grath, that like brought the same shit? Or is it just like Rick's reached a
If I
certain
thought
level and like he had to be
that
knocked
you if I thought that you had begged potentially $13,000 to
Oh my God! Please,
fix
that day,
your own
that day, motherfucker.
to
day.
fix your own potential
like,
abuse
I'm
in
not
real
gonna
life,
say,
I think
like,
I
you
would
know,
do the
that's
same
wrong
thing.
or anything. I'm not gonna like draw. I'm a space police, bro. Like I'm not gonna say.
Yeah,
that's wrong or
I know that I
but,
can't.
like,
I know what you're
just
trying to
think
do. I
that
understand, but
there's, like,
I'm
a
just
certain
telling you
point
why
where
my opinion.
You're fucking like sheep killer, bro, and like you're really fucking good at it.
Let's call him a chupacabra.
Yeah, chupacabra.
El
The chupacabra.
And
Like,
Adios
really good
mio.
at it.
Oh.
And there's a lot of sheep out there that don't know yet.
Hold
We're
on.
coming after them.
Grant, you're not a Mexican chupacabra, are you?
It might be. I want to be a jackalope.
Yeah, but like
realistically.
Over the wall.
He'll
There's,
do
like, a
that
certain-
shit in a
there's
church.
an amount of decorum that we have to have like on the internet. I think Rain is right to a lot of extent because like a lot of women streamers, a lot of streamers in general have to deal with like whether they
Women
like it or
Eve.
not. People will go and find their personal details and like come at them.
All right.
I mean,
And that's
no,
not
it's-
right.
it's
Like,
not
why
just
does
women.
TwitchCon have to have like a fucking session on like
Trigger
how to
buddy,
pro-
don't get
how to
triggered.
like protect streamer shit and like that's ridiculous, but they have it.
Cause
It's,
Twitch
It's
shit
not, I
is
mean, it's
people
not
are
just
weird.
women, right? Like there are plenty of dudes have been
Yeah.
doxxed and Eve had their personal
Yeah.
lives attacked without giving it publicly.
Right.
And
Yeah, I mean, like,
I'm assuming
I-
Apophany
dude,
has
because
for
I was
more
in
than
Good
just his
Storm,
shirts.
I've had calls made to like myself being like, "Hey, I'm a creepy motherfucker, and I know where you are, and I'm like, that's really fucking creepy.
And yeah, like
I've had
I mean,
people say that
like,
they
that's
wish
why.
that the Taliban would have chopped my head off.
Well, I think that Jay McClane's a lot more serious. But
That's
yeah,
some
like,
serious shit, man.
but no,
But like
people,
full graph, that's why
people
I
come after
question it
you on
because
the
it's like
internets.
because
you
it's
gotta
like
pick your
I
battles.
like see I always see.
If you want to
in
hear
people's
this
real
in
life.
podcast form, you have to give us $5.
Wait,
No,
hold on,
it's supposed to be free.
$4.99.
Wait, go
But
ahead,
no,
Rain.
so
Sorry, everyone's talking about Rain.
like that's why I'm so confused because like Grath is normally like at least to me in real life he's normally a chill person. Yeah, I get it. He gets angry. He gets angry at the game. He gets angry at whatever. He gets angry at stupid people. So like seeing him go after like Ricks on a personal level, like I don't know. I thought was like really unexpected for
Rain,
me.
it's because Grath believed that there was sufficient evidence that it
like,
not
when
just be a
anybody
random.
But what if the
frustrating
evidence
at
is
someone.
wrong? What if the evidence is wrong? Like so,
I don't-
let's say
I don't
let's
think it's
say-
wrong because
Yeah,
it's
it's
public.
not up to us to
So-
judge it, and I think
Well,
Rain's really
hold
right
on.
there.
But
So
I
like
mean,
people,
What
here's
she
the thing,
says
people, like
is
I'm
the
gonna,
what
evidence
I'm
if?
gonna not
Like,
shut
what
up
if it is?
because
His-
like we've
his
been really
initial-
great
his
drinking and
initial
letting
assertions
everybody on
were
this
absolutely
podcast talk.
wrong.
And I really want to have my say here because I feel like it's really important.
And he's
Like
drunk
I've
as
been
shit.
very involved with witch hunts, man. Like two of my really great friends in real life, like Matani, God love
We're
him.
witches.
He's a fucking
We're
witch.
witches. Did they
People
float?
hunt him all the time. But Mark
They all
Sutler is
float
not a
down
witch.
here.
Like
Ah,
he,
Mark was
like,
a
Did you
witch.
just get
Sion
his real
is not a
name?
witch.
Oh my god.
but people
But
hunt
Mark
him
was
like
like a-
crazy.
Oh wait,
he
never
was
mind.
like
He's
a
on CSN.
cat
Never
with a
mind. He's on
witch.
CSN.
And so like
He's a familiar.
I don't get that.
A
You know,
familiar.
like what do you get out of it? Like hunting a non-witch. And I don't
Sion
really get
was
that.
a
It's a waste
familiar.
of time.
But if you find a witch, you can burn her.
Dude, totally. If you do find a
No,
witch, you should
but
do
that
it.
familiar fucks people up.
They have to weigh
But
as
no,
much as a
like,
duck.
I just feel like there's a lot of animosity, and people think they're gonna like prove themselves by being like a big and bad person on the internet. But look, it's the fucking internet, and it's becoming more and more a part of our lives. And like what might have been acceptable 10 years ago is fucking unacceptable now. Not like it matters that much. 'cause
That's
the
kinda
CIA
cool,
knows
right?
everything.
Like we're
anyways.
adapting.
But like, yeah. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
Uh-oh.
That was a
think I
lot of
found a
2
witch.
cents. I would say that's
Right.
about two
What?
pence.
Hold on, time out. Grath, a few hours ago, you're like, you should have me and Rick's on.
Mhm.
And my theory was like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I am not gonna have some bullshit fucking debate. If you want to come on and like talk with us about like the topics that we
Debate me
do,
IRL, bro.
yeah, exactly. It's like, no, there's no
See,
fucking way I'll
Jay, that
fucking
means
do
you want to
that.
fight. I know what that means. Bait me.
All right,
I'll fight you. I'll fight you, Grab.
but
I'll wrestle you.
But
I fucking know
because
you will.
we
When you're
are
wearing
an
gloves, you got big
upstanding-
knuckles.
We are an upstanding motherfucking Eve show. There's not fuck that shit. I don't want you guys
Derek,
to
we're
debate.
not upstanding. What
I
the
was
fuck?
just gonna say, I was like, when did we become an
We're
upstanding
an
Eve
upstanding
show?
decorum
Arguing if
show.
we should talk. That's the point of the show.
No,
I got
it's not the point of the
Get
show.
rich quick
but
stream,
because
Jay. We can
I will
actually
not
box
be
in
able to
Vegas
get
and we'll stream it.
Like a voice in
You can-
edgewise.
You can claim
We-
revenge.
We always
For the
stream
witch
the
hunt?
Vegas show. Unfortunately.
However, I'm like, you know what? If you want to come on and say some shit, it's like, you know, whatever. I was not
I just,
going to sit there and like fucking like feed on this shit from a fucking debate standpoint because that's bullshit. Nobody is ever.
I just feel
gonna
like
win
he's got.
from
He
that.
should have
We are
a chance.
never gonna
Like I
find
have
any
strong
kind of-
opinions. He should be
Do
able
you
to
do
respond.
you right now, after all the shit that has motherfucking happened over the last 24 hours regarding this? I'm like,
Where you
do you
going with
feel like you wish that I did not fucking put it out there like
What?
that?
No, I regret not a single thing. I
Not-
literally
Oh,
no,
you
nothing.
Mother,
No regrets,
God
Grant.
damn it, would you
Dirk, he
stop
said
being
that
Grant
20
Token?
minutes ago. He said he wasn't gonna regret it 20 minutes ago. You gotta pay
I
attention.
know,
You're
but
like-
I was asking him now. You know what 20
No.
minutes means in today's world?
No,
Dirk,
he-
you
Literally,
don't-
literally
you
right
don't
now,
want to
Jimmy
fireball.
Graham sucked a dick in the
No.
last 20 minutes.
Like,
Wow.
you feel like
What are
I
you-
did
what are you,
something wrong, right?
homophobic?
Yeah.
I
He's not
feel
gonna
like-
apologize.
17,
bro,
bro.
we're in a
Yeah,
new
we-
world.
This is
We
a
don't
modern
have-
society. That
I could tell you what I feel like I did, but I think
How
poor
dare
Putt might
you.
have a stroke,
How
so I
dare
won't
you.
actually
Yeah.
articulate it in words. So like,
Don't-
but
Don't be jealous.
Drunk Canadian, on the other hand, cut us off from the fucking mainstream. Drayden, are you still recording?
I am. Well,
Dirk,
I was
we're
gonna
still
pass it over to him. Then he
streaming.
left. Then he like dropped out of. He dropped out of Skype.
You know what?
He's streaming on his
He's
own
streaming on his
channel,
own
which I feel
channel.
bad now because
So,
we're taking his
keep on
slot and he's supposed to
trucking.
be streaming here.
Can we vote right now as to whether or not he's fired?
Can we?
No,
like,
he's
pull a
not
fucking,
fired.
general
We should be
comment
fired
on
for
him
not
and-
giving up the time slot that he is scheduled for.
Are we still on? Are we still on INN?
Yes, you're still.
Yeah,
on the
we
air.
are,
No,
and
Obi-Wan's
we should have ended. We should have ended a while ago, and we should have passed it to him. We didn't.
All right,
He left
no,
the channel, and
we're
then I
still-
was like, "Oh, is he not
we're-
streaming tonight?" He's streaming on his own
we're
channel.
We're still Trump streaming. We're fine.
Like, we should have closed it at the time and gave it to him, and then
I
carried
know.
this on after the
I
show.
didn't know what happened. All I know is that he fucking left. I had no idea what fucking happened. I was trying to fucking gauge that shit in.
I'm just saying, like,
He said,
Dude, I'm
he
just
said,
trying to like.
fight me
There's
IRL,
this
bro.
thing like.
I mean,
I agree with
seriously.
Bork, but definitely witch hunt all the Scientologists. So.
Drayden, ask him if he wants the space because you're gonna turn over a healthy
well, I would.
crowd
He's
of-
muted.
You should also go find the guy that made skinny jeans.
I mean, we
and
could
witch
just
hunt
close
that
the stream
motherfucker
now, and
too.
if we did
Yeah.
that, it would host
No,
him.
Skinny
It
Jeans
would
are very
automatically
nice,
host.
Thank you very much.
It would
Oh,
automatically.
yeah,
Very
unless
good
you have
witches.
balls.
Okay,
Like, I have
alright.
actual balls.
Okay,
There's no way
I
they're
don't
getting
have
inside
balls,
skinny jeans.
so
Right, so
skinny
they're for
jeans are
girls. The
okay.
dude that's
Stop
making them
being
for
so
guys.
Hold on.
Trigger
I
button.
skinny
Hold
jeans.
on. Here's a thought. Let's close the stream.
Maximum trigger.
Let's
effect.
close the
No.
stream.
No,
INN
no,
will.
Back me
Hold
up,
on.
okay?
Wait. Hold on. Listen to my
I
full.
can't. It's
Listen to
about
my full
skinny
thought.
We're
Listen to my full
gotta
thought.
both back
We can
up.
close the stream.
Skinny jeans, not UGG boots.
We can close the stream. INN is gonna host DC because it's on auto hosting for the members.
What's he doing? Call of fucking Duty?
No, not
Dude,
Call.
No,
he's
he's
probably
playing
doing
some
CO.
Mario
real
game.
games.
Looks pretty
Jared,
good.
don't get-
We can. I
Jared, don't
can.
get
If we don't
indignant.
want to go into history, I can host this on my channel, and we can continue us there if people want to.
Literally no fucking viewers, which I don't care about viewers. This is all about fucking history, right? People out there need to record history. And if what they're
Yeah.
watching is fucking Call of Duty, not history.
Like,
not
why
Call of
the
Duty,
fuck
it's
is-
But this
probably
right
Counter-Strike,
here is
but-
Eve history.
You have to ask
Dirk
yourself,
drinking
what kind of
Fireball,
person are you if
history
you're
in the
watching Call of
making.
Duty
But hold
in
on.
the first place?
I will always drink fucking Fireball because it has that fucking dentine
But-
kind of breath
But we
freshening
should
thing.
hold on. We should do that though, because we should leave the
My
stream.
wife will way
It-
appreciate
Wait
that
for
over
it to
fucking
host
cigarettes
him.
and
Once it
Tito's.
starts hosting him, I'll open this on my channel, and then the people that want to come watch this can come over to my channel, and they can watch this. If they want to watch DC, they can watch DC. But
I
it's
love
his
the-
slot. He
I-
should
I-
have the.
I-
He should have the spot. So we should get out.
Did
of
he
here.
give it up? Did he give it up when he
When
fucking
you're-
walked away tonight?
He didn't
I
give
swear
it
to
up.
God,
I
if
think.
you're a
I'm surprised
Canadian and
nobody
you walk
from
away and
TNC is
hand me
pulling
your
the feed
fucking
yet.
maple syrup flag, okay? It's
Drayden,
like,
ask him. Just ask him if he wants the space. He may say, "No, it's cool." I don't know. I think
All right,
Dirk
I'll
wants
put
to
it-
keep
I'll put it
going.
to you, Speak.
it's not a matter of I want to keep going. It's more a matter of what he's going to do with it after the fact. You know, it's kind of this whole fucking like American healthcare plan versus ACA Obamacare thing. It's like, how is it going to change if we actually do the fucking vote?
Okay, took a long.
I
took
didn't
enough
really ask
time.
him. I'm just gonna say like we gotta end it. So we're gonna end this. DC can take over here, or it'll host him, and then we can move this to my channel.
All right.
I got a fucking meatball sub. That's just
One
sitting
last
there
thing,
calling
Drayden.
my motherfucking name.
There's a possible fight in GTAC M4GK that's happening now. So
I don't know
if
where
you
that
guys-
is.
Is it me?
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I think it's PL meets test.
Oh,
All right. We're gonna close it.
Is that you guys?
No, I don't think it is. I don't see
Okay,
it.
maybe it's not happening. But
All right. So we're gonna close it. I'll put an X.
grass like I'm not fucking picking people.
Yeah, I'll put an X in the channel chat. You can
Okay,
just right click on my, or you can click on my name, right click on my name, go to channel, and you can find us there. But we're gonna get off of here and we're gonna close it, and then we'll start up a new stream. So we will see you there. We're gonna pass this over. I'm gonna give it like a minute or two so it can start
We're
auto
gonna
hosting.
we're gonna do our end of show later, bitches.
Yeah, we're gonna do. Well, hold on. We're gonna do that in a sec. We'll do a shot for the road as well, but we're gonna give it a minute or two so that it'll start hosting DC. So host him first, and then once he's hosted,
Does
I
he
will.
even know it? Does he even know it's hosting? Is he gonna be like?
It auto hosts
"Oh,
all the
man,
members of the thing, but
thank
so
you, my
he's the one
20
that's streaming right
viewers."
now on his channel, so it'll host him, and then once it starts hosting him, I'll open my channel. So all right, so shots for the road later, bitches.
Peace out, bitches.
Later,
bitches.
bitches.
Later.